Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Quest for the Frozen Flames, brought to you by
Legend of Thron.
The Legend of Thron, brought to you by Knights of Last Call. And we are your Knights of Last Call. I'm Derek Melinda, Game Master, joined by Bob, Smith, Tim, and Kaz. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Oh,
bad for a Monday.
All right.
I mean, the All-Star game's on right now, but
We're
here.
The All-Star game. God, help us. Nationally.
That's
Heaven
well,
forbid, the least important baseball game out of all
it's the most epic game.
How could we miss it? No.
I haven't missed it in 15 years.
I didn't know that was baseball.
It's awesome.
So again, I want to say hello and welcome to everybody. We're gonna give the stream about 10 or 15 minutes to allow some folks to filter in here before we go ahead and get started. But before we get going in tonight's episode, Bob, you had a big session last night, sorta. In Northern Reaches. What happened?
Big in terms of 12 PCs that I was running, which
Yeah.
I've never ran more than 5 or 6.
I would refuse to run more than probably 5, and you ran 12.
You know, what was funny is it actually went pretty smooth. People were very respectful of each other's mic time and taking actions. It got a little clustered when people were. I said, "Who wants to go through the door first?" It's like me, you know, that kind of thing. But in general, taking turns, being respectful of mic etiquette was actually pretty well done. In terms of me balancing a monster for 12 people, that was the failure last night. So I did not make it epic enough, They pretty much romple stomped it, you know. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've got some important takeaways and lessons to learn. I mean,
yes.
Pathfinder doesn't necessarily work maybe for 12 people, so I think some significant reworks need to be done for the
that one has to be like its own boss template, because it was not meant, or raid template, I guess, because it's not really even a boss. It was literally a video game that we were playing last night.
Well,
one time one guy had like 7 buffs on him. I mean, we were playing a video game.
Yeah. What does having 7 buffs make it a video game?
Yeah,
well,
right.
It was
from a man who's ever played Pathfinder, that's for sure.
Right.
Well, we were getting ready to go, and they're like, "All right, the main room's on the next, the next door." And the people that have been in the dungeon before, like, yes, and they're like, "All right, buff, haste, heroism," and I'm like, "Oh man, we're just going into it now."
That sounds sweet to me, honestly.
Yeah, right.
But it was cool to see all that. We're playing the VTT, so every like little icon was on their characters. So the one guy had a lot of icons.
That's pretty cool. And we recorded that, and I think we're going to make that available definitely to our patrons.
Yes.
But we might mess around and we might make it available. We occasionally like to make some of our patron exclusive content visible to general YouTube audience, just so you all could take a look at it. You recently might have gotten a chance to see Mr. Smith's first solo video about our Dark of Winter campaign. But certainly whenever we're doing anything that we think is very, kind of reflective of what the Patreon's all about and the kind of conversations that we're having, sometimes we like to share that with the YouTube audience so that you guys can get a better sense of what you might be signing up for if you choose to sign up for the Patreon.
What I might do is I might release the whole video, including all your tidbits at the end, to the patrons, and then cut the video down to more of the actual encounter for YouTube if we end up doing it.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Great. Well, that's Northern Reaches. This is the other Northern Reaches. This is the this is the realm of this is the realm of the Mammoth Lords. And we are in episode 5. So let me quickly just sort of walk you through the board here so we can see what's going on. And everybody can kind of figure out what's happening. So first things first, you can see here that we have our camp. Now, the Broken Tusk following is about 80 to 90 people, and it consists of the party who are acting as the scouts of the Broken Tusk, and there are 4 folks that are known as Mammoth Lords, and these are the sort of leaders of the 4, or I should say, of the houses and the tribes of the Broken Tusks. Now, there used to be 5, but Grandfather Iowa has passed on, leaving only 4. And the Mammoth Lords are the sort of de facto leaders of the following. In addition, there are a number of other folks that the PCs have managed to make as allies and support, and will maybe eventually even one day come to call them lieutenants or cohorts as the continue to potentially gain strength and power, which everybody knows also gives you followers and makes you stronger. But front and center, you can see this big honking guy right here, and that is a massive hadrosaurid, which was wrestled and tamed last session by our very own Thron the Barbarian. So one of the first things that you're going to see tonight, we have a couple of new things here. So one is, as always, we like to encourage and thank everybody who chooses to donate and tip and support the show and the programming. We have sort of two main ways that you can support the show. You can tip us through the Stream Elements page. And if you tip us through the Stream Elements page, you do that by the link below, or you could type !tip, and that'll bring up the link in the chat, and you can click that, and you can set up your account there and send us a tip. And obviously that is very appreciative. And that, any tips generated from tonight's session is going to go towards the bar at the top of the screen. And if we achieve the goal of $100, then the party will be granted or bestowed the Horns of Power. Yes, the Horns of Power. Whippa, the former scout leader, recent mother of 3, has been diligently working to craft the horns of the slain moose that started off our entire campaign into a monster part magic item.
Oh, yeah.
And if of course, she had 3 children, and so has been unable to complete the work. But if the following, that's you, can chip in and support her and help her with her duties, maybe through a generous cash donation, if we can get to $100, then the Horns of Power will be completed and will be bestowed upon the party. Make a pretty sweet little item there for any strength-based character, and we know we have quite a few of those in the party.
Only.
Yes. Second and third, you'll notice that we have 2 sort of rewards tonight. They're located on the left side of your screen. Whoever is our top tipper at the end of the night, so that's the cumulative total of all of your Stream Elements tips. Whoever's our top tipper tonight gets to, at the end of the session, name Thron's dinosaur. So you will get to name, as long as it's not a curse word or something that YouTube will demonetize us for, you get to name Kaz's new dinosaur, Thron's new dinosaur, and give it whatever name you think would be cool and appropriate and fitting, and we will certainly honor that. Similar to Bob's bear, who is now named Brek the bear. And thirdly, whoever's our top super chatter tonight is going to be able to make a decision on behalf of the following. And they are going to be able to add to or subtract to from any of the 4 resources which represent the sort of power of the frozen flame. Or of the frozen flame. Of the
Where are we?
Broken Tusk.
Who are
Broken
we?
Broken Flame.
Broken flame. Broken Tusks.
Flaming Tusks.
Sorry.
Flaming Tusks.
The stream lagged out, and so I got distracted.
Tusking mammoths.
The tusking mammoths on fire.
Mammoths.
Delinda, the
Burning Mammoths
dinosaur.
in the chat.
Yes, sorry. The Broken Tusks. Now, we covered this a little bit last time, but you'll see on the right side of your screen there are 4 statistics that sort of represent the health and well-being of the Broken Tusk following. Now, the PCs are going to be tasked with the quest to recover the frozen flame, but along the way they also have the secondary responsibility of supporting, helping, and even growing or helping thrive the following that is their sort of their home, their family, and the like, and have an opportunity to change it and shift it and potentially even one day become its leader. And as such, the Broken Tusks are represented by 4 stats: population, morale, food, and herd. representing the people of the following, their well-being, their morale, how much food, water, and supplies they have, and lastly, the strength of the herd, which is, of course, what they rely on to survive and to transport their tents and yurts and various other supplies, providing milk and hides and food and the whole 9 yards. So whoever is our top super chatter tonight is going to be able to make a decision and will affect that. And we'll let them pick a reason, and if they want to put in something kind of cool narrative thing, and the next time we play, that will come into effect. Maybe some of the mammoths die of old age or exhaustion, and they choose to tick the herd down too, or maybe the snares and the trappers and the hunters are much
Wrong button.
Are much more successful than they ordinarily were, and the following gains 2 food. So regardless, the idea here is it's a way for you, as being a top supporter of the channel, to have a way to influence our story a little bit. All right, so with all that out of the way, let's get into it. So, gentlemen, when we last left you all, I'm going to bring us over here to the Seorn route here. Hello, Brek.
I am very large.
You are very large.
Right there.
There we go.
Oh.
So, here we go. So the last time we left you guys, you all had decided to move sort of southwest, southeast, sort of through the hills. And when I say you all decided, what I really mean to say is the chat decided.
We were going to follow the river, but no one had river lore, right?
That's correct.
Correct. Yes.
Which is like the one skill you really need in this game. But
Yeah.
There
It's
are
really the primary thing for this adventure.
there are a lot of rivers. All right. So, in that case, let me bring up. So today is the, or I should say yesterday. I say would have been the 2nd, as you all moved to here, and then today is the 3rd, and of course the Burning Mammoths will also take their move as well. So, what as the day dawns now? Yesterday, you all made your way towards the hills. You were still. I'm going to move you guys here really quick, but you guys were still in the sort of the plains area. And now 4 of you. Now these are not mountains; these are hills. But is a sort of a rugged landscape where the going will be slower and a little bit more treacherous, but also potentially could confuse or otherwise stymie your pursuers, who might have a harder time tracking you in the rough terrain, with the more changes in elevation and the peaks and the valleys and the little canyons. And also being a much larger force, they may have an even harder time making their way through the hills than your following will. Again, you guys number under 100. Granted, you have your herd as well, but they number in 1,000 or more. So there are quite a lot of people. All right. So as we are sort of still playing in sort of exploration mode light for this first part, as sort of an introductory area. What would you guys like to do today on behalf of the Broken Tusk following? And of course, feel free to discuss and make any decisions.
we ready to charge the Burning Mammoth?
Nah, not yet. Not yet. I didn't level up yet.
Bob,
We're not quite there yet. I
Bob,
don't think.
Level 3 or 4.
Bob, think about the experience.
We can just farm them all day.
You can grind.
we just pick them off.
You can
We'll pull a couple at a time.
We're just gonna fill this entire hex with pit traps.
There you go.
You can grind them out. You can just grind them out.
I think we need to create some distance between us and these guys. So
I would concur, and the wise spirits of the YouTube told us to go over these hills, so I will follow them.
Yes.
All right.
Agreed.
All right. So in that case,
All
I am going to go ahead and move you. Now, here's the deal. That actually takes 2 days to travel into that hex. So today is actually going to go to the 5th. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Is the game pause? There we go. Okay.
Now our food is at 8.
Right.
Well, I was going to try to kill the dinosaur to feed us for a week.
Can't kill my dinosaur.
I mean, if it comes to it,
hero.
I'm just saying.
Let's see here.
I don't know, man. We can always get more bears.
That, I guess it is true.
I mean,
Wow.
Like, can't you
It's
spawn
only
a
a
new bear
downtime
like
action, right?
every day, every week?
yeah,
or something?
I feel like I could feed us for a while. I can
Right,
spawn
we'll just
bears
keep
constantly.
spawning bears.
Do you guys feel like owl today?
All right. So as you move into the hill terrain, that's going to take 2 days. So first, let me roll to see how far the Burning Mammoths move. On
They
11,
catch you and slaughter you.
on an 11 or higher, they move 1 tex in 1 day. Okay. No, so it's going to take them 2 days.
20, do they move too?
No, on a 20.
Oh my god!
Oh, I don't know. That kind of is sweet. I don't.
Right?
All right, so they're gonna move there. So basically in 2 days, you move to here, and they move to here. But we do need to roll a random encounter as we have before. All right, and nothing happens as you begin making your way through the
Crappy hills.
the stony hillsides. Now the going is slow and rough, and of course time is passing, and as you move into these hills, and the people begin to sort of there's not as much to forage here or anything like that, and so your food goes down 2 units.
Ooh.
How many pregnant women and children do we have?
I would say that in terms of elderly, infants, or the otherwise disabled, it probably represents about 25%.
25%. Okay. So can we take 4 off of pop and add 4 back to food?
Just leave the children.
No,
Go.
no.
Let's eat them.
Not leaving.
Yeah, cannibalize them. Obviously. I
that's
knew
how
where
you
he was
become-
going.
that's how you become a burning
he
mammoth.
asked.
I wish
Burning mammoths of the cannibal.
Right to cannibalism.
I wish I remembered which one of these buttons was the sad trombone.
It's been 2 days. We averted to cannibalism. What?
not Tim. No, it's been 4 days now.
Oh, my bad. My bad. 5 days, I'll just eat my family.
All right. So
That's tough.
times are very, very, very tough. All right. So
Which way were we supposed to go next, Smith? Do you remember? Were we going to the other hill
The
or
worst possible
south?
way. So we're supposed to now go through the other hills with the river, do a river crossing, or ride the river down to the lake. Or
okay.
probably choose.
Well, riding the river down the lake. This is not the Hobbit, so there's no barrel riding here.
we can make it happen, guys.
I mean,
Do it.
listen, it's Pathfinder.
I miss
2.
pulling rafts.
It's Pathfinder 2. Anything is possible.
I got +3 in craft. We can do this.
Yeah, we can just cut some.
I'll
trees
wrestle them
down.
into the barrels. Come on now.
Okay, but regardless, it takes 2 days, but you're able to traverse the distance through the rough and broken terrain. But still, at night, you can see the glowing fires of the Burning Mammoth Legion down on the plains below as they make their way southeast towards you. All right, so what do you guys want
I
to do?
feel like we could go one more, but then we might need a fish. That's my opinion.
Well, if they get held up here and Derek keeps rolling like crap, we can spend the day at the lake, which I think is the plan.
Yeah, we just gotta make it there.
Well, if we go through the mountains one more time, because here's
Yeah.
the thing too, they're probably going to have to follow us. They don't know to land, so they're following our trail, which is massive. So
Which
we'll
is
leave them through the
also why
mountains instead of
Floating
going
through the
around.
river.
And they
What?
move slower through the hills.
They move slower through the hills.
Correct.
Then we'll hop through these 3 or 2, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
3 plains. we'll get to this point here. If we have enough of a lead at that point, because Derek has rolled pretty poorly, before then we'll know.
I'm just concerned about our food by then, but we would take it one hex at a time.
Here's the thing: food doesn't matter if everyone's dead, right?
Fair.
If we get here and Derek is still caught up, we know we can spend the day taking a break, letting people relax, fishing. Right. If we get here and Derek has rolled amazing and they're right here, doesn't matter anyway. At that point, if morale's getting bad, we should just charge before it gets lower, because then maybe we'll still get a +1.
Okay. Well, I mean, I agree with
Pathfinder is important.
Math is tight.
Math is tight.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, I do agree with going up at least a few more to see where we were at and try to get a lead on them. I do agree with that.
All right. Sounds good to me. All right, so you guys are going to spend 2 days then, and you guys are going to move into this hex. All right, so let me roll for them while they're still down here on the plains. All right, so you guys continue to move into the hex.
Oh boy!
Oh man, there it is.
It's a good thing we didn't officially make that
establish that rule.
That needs to be a tip.
That'll have to be a tip. But that does mean that they are able. That's just the first day, by the way. So now on the 7th, as you guys actually move into this hex, now they move into the hillside. Okay. Well, it's going to take them 2 days as well, so they're not even into this hex yet.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Now, there's a river here, and we have to camp at least halfway through the hex.
Yep.
Can we make a survival check or something to like get fish out of the river for the night we have to stay in the mountains?
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. But before we do that, I'm going to roll a random encounter.
Yep.
And because you're going to be spending 2 days here, I'm going to roll 2.
Oh,
all right.
Double 5.
All right. So nothing happens. And because you're completely unmolested as you make your way through here, and you are familiar with this river, and the wisdom of the following is good enough, I'm going to let everybody make a check and to see if you guys can help gather and subside on food. And if 2 of you are successful, I will increment food by 1.
So I have Forager,
okay,
which every time I use survival to subsist,
Same.
I add 4 people. So if we get multiple successes for people with Forager, could we get 2 food?
Yeah, that seems very reasonable.
I have Forager as well.
Okay. I mean, we're not exactly interested in like the exact number of did I feed 25 people or 6 people or whatever like that. All right. Well, Brek got a 8. Joren got a 12. Yeah. Droga got a 22, though. That's a great check from Droga. And Thron failed as well. But Droga, though, was successful enough. And with your Forager feat, Bob, I'm going to go ahead and count that as 1 success. So food is going to go up by 1.
Nice.
But, of course, the 2 days passed, so 2 units of food.
It's good enough.
All right.
It's going to have to do, boys.
We'll be back in the plains here, and they can go back to foraging.
Yeah.
I was trying to forage on dinosaur back, and it's not as effective.
Mm-hmm. In addition, I'm going to ding morale 1. It's been a very hard going the last couple days, especially through this rocky terrain. There's been little opportunity to stop, to rest, to recover. The Burning Legion got that 20. And we all know that they're like in a future version that they could have caught up with us. And so like the fires at night sort of cast this sort of orange glow on the horizon, and it's just been weighing down on everybody's sort of mental state.
Whipping these people.
All right. Let me set this up real quick.
Mendev is a harsh place.
I know, right?
Listen, man, we had to fight a lot of demons. All right. Like, oh, I'm sorry. You're feeling sad today. Okay. We'll ask the forces of hell to go away.
Right.
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
There we go. Okay. All right. So that was the last 2 days, and now it is the 7th. All right. So as dawn arises before you, the sort of mountainous terrain sort of starts to break down a little bit, and you could see the wide, low, sloping grasslands that lead down to Gleaming Sun Lake. In fact, from this elevation, the lake is probably 20-ish miles away, 20, 30 miles away, so you could actually sort of see the shimmering large lake sort of on the distance on the horizon. And there is renewed hope within the group. Some people are very foolishly expecting the Burning Mammoth. Maybe we'll lose them in the hills. But and of course, there's a realization of what's happening as well within the camp, especially, some of the younger children. The Gleaming Sun Lake is considered as one of the basically great times. It's sort of a post celebration. They usually spend several weeks there. People get to play in the water, and like there's a lot of celebration. As by that point in time, spring is kind of really kicking in. And of course, the realization now that so some of the kids are like really excited, and then like the parents are having to tell them like, no, like we're running for our lives. This is not. We're not going to be hanging out. We're not going to be having fun. All right, so back to exploration. All right, where to?
Towards the lake, right?
No, yeah, we're gonna come up underneath the lake.
All right, sounds good. All right, so you guys move here. They finish their move to here.
Okay.
And we will get a. Burning Mammoth. What? No. And again, no encounter, chance encounter. So that's good for you guys. All right.
Nice quiet.
See the lake.
Yep.
All right.
Just to the other side, everyone.
All right. Well, assuming you guys are going to continue pushing on.
Yeah, we're going to come down up underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
There we go.
I will roll for the mammoths and see how they are going to do. Ooh.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
Oh, it just means it's going to take them 2 days. All right.
Still pretty close.
I know. We need them to roll some ones.
Yeah, and I'll roll for you guys. Ooh, all right. That shouldn't have been Burning Mammoth. That should have been the Broken Tusks. All right. So as you begin making your way around the southern end of the lake, the group has a random encounter. So let me pull this up. All right. What do I need? I need your guys' minis. All right. All right.
All right.
Now, of course, remember that you guys have been sort of obviously staying with the following. Kind of think of yourself as being within that hex at any given time, ranging, as many as a couple miles ahead, and then sometimes falling behind. Now, this southern route, is not one that the following usually takes. And as you make your way out of sort of the broken, hilly terrain that you have been traveling through for the last 4 or 5 days, you come across a strange valley, one that you are quite certain that you and the following have never been through before, but it does seem to lead in the right direction.
It's like a giant battleground.
And nothing grows in this sort of desolate valley, but there are fragments of rusted metal protruding from the churned earth, frozen into furrows over many, many icy winters. And near the center of the battlefield stands a small monument, a inverted cone of black basalt rock, over 4 feet tall, its tip embedded firmly into the earth. The flat, circular side of the cone faces the sky. Atop the cone, 3 metal battle standards form a tripod that supports a human-sized effigy made of leather and wood. So there's this strange inverted pyramid rock sticking out in the middle of this battlefield here. And there's a bunch of battle standards sort of hanging around it. And then on top of this battle standard, or I should say on top of this rock, you see it looks like a almost like a scarecrow, but made out of bits of rusted spears, tattered banners, sort of cobbled together into a rough, almost like Burning Man-esque like caricature of a person.
I was just about to ask. Yeah.
But sort of the acting as sort of the human creature-sized creature is actually pretty big. It's larger than a human. Its chest is made up of a very, very fine metal shield. And actually, it's almost like functioning on this as like a breastplate. And even at this distance, you can see that unlike the rest of the weapons in this desolate valley, the shield does not bear the marks of rust and decay and time as the rest of the weapons do. It's one thing to see metal weapons like this. It's another thing to see this many. Now, the rest of you might have some ideas about what this is or what is or isn't. But Joren, you recognize the weapons, which are of course very old and rusted and pitted, and just the general shape and size of this area as an ancient battleground from one of the very first Mendevian crusades. Now, the world wound opened almost 100 years ago. So, this was even before your time. But when the abyss first ripped open and the demonic hordes were coming back, they ranged very, very far. Outside of just Sakaris and stuff like that, into the surrounding areas. And there were many such battles where armies, units fought against demons. And in those times, things were very chaotic. Sometimes even men fought men for a variety of reasons. And you can tell from the general shape and nature of these weapons, based on their markings and the sort of style, that these are all First Crusade era Mendevian. But the shield has a mark on it showing that this was like a captain's shield. And it is still in good condition, and you know that the Mendevians were fine steel workers, but not that fine. And so if there is a shield out here, and after all this time, it is likely magical.
I said, Joren, that's got your name written all over it.
There's nothing that would mark this as like a sacred. I guess I turned to Joren. I'm like, is this like, are we treading on graves here?
Do I know who won this battle?
This is one skirmish amongst many, Well,
this humans wouldn't honor their dead like this, would they?
No.
In this battle?
No.
Okay. So we're not like, if we take the shield, we're not like upsetting.
Right.
As much as I would consider giving this captain an honorable bearer, we must consider something else. This is a place of power for the forces of the abyss. The Burning Mammoths are hot on our trail, and they are confident, as they should be, for we pose no threat to them. They will come through this valley. If we leave it undisturbed, they will spend a day to harness the forces of the abyss to enhance their own power. They worship the demons as you worship the spirits.
All right, what do you all do?
Well, we have to make our way through this area anyways, right? We're the lead elements, so.
You were scouting this as a potential pathway down to the lake, so this is kind of the way that you've sort of been led. But more specifically, I'm just asking each individual character if there's anything special that you would like to do.
My recommendation is that we don't disturb this and don't cleanse it or anything like that, and carefully make sure the following just passes through without touching anything, and then leave this behind for the Burning Mammoths, because they will see this, and if we don't purify the evil that has occurred here, they will probably spend a day to celebrate the way we would spend a day to celebrate moon spirits or something. Does that make sense?
So this may be a delay for them, is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. They will take the extra day, because how many hot spots of abyss and demonic power are they going to come across up here? And this is like the focus of their belief.
I know it's probably not very good, Aaron, but why don't you go ahead and make a religion check?
Religion? I don't know shit about religion.
Why would a cleric have religion?
I think they have to by default.
They do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken it.
And anybody trained in nature can actually make a check as well.
I do have Lord Demon if that matters.
So Joren rolls a 1.
Yes.
I get a 3.
Right. So you guys are like, yes, this is definitely what is true.
22 for Droga.
All right. Very good. And Aaron, Lord Demon actually could be useful here as well. So, as you're sort of looking over the area, Droga, you can't help but notice, and Joren, the closer you look at it.
Joren rolled a 16 for demon check.
Yeah. The closer you look at it, you make a realization that while this may have been a battle between Mendevian knights and demons, the nature by which these markings have been erased is not like it doesn't have the same feel of a demonic mockery. It's not mocking the Mendevians. It's almost in a way kind of honoring them.
So we don't know if it's for sure demonic, Joren. It might be worth to get the shield for us. Because if not, the Burning Mammoths will get the shield.
Well,
but then we have to have a combat encounter, and that's going to take like 2 hours.
And then,
I'd rather just not get loot and just be like, whatever, let's just talk. No, okay, that's fine. I mean, very well. We must face this foe with valor.
And Droga, with your nature check, you actually sort of detect a strange, almost energy in this valley, almost like a spiritual or natural, I don't know, like a ley line, like a focus of energy.
I love ley lines.
Okay.
So I was kind of half right.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Well, I know nothing,
right.
So I will follow my last known instruction and begin moving forward.
All right. That sounds good.
Just sort of giving it a wide berth.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So meta, are we screwing with this? Or are we walking?
Yeah. Oh, we're getting the shield, dude.
I walk up and I bang my spear on my shield and I go, "Oh, there!" Thing that's clearly a creature waiting to attack.
Aaron, as you get closer,
I look at my party. Am I going to have to wrestle this thing again?
It's totally a thing waiting for you to attack.
All right. I'm gonna say that was a guard action because I did have my shield up. So
yeah, that works. That works for me. Actually, as you approach, there's a variety of things that happen. The effigy at the top of the basalt monolith begins to stir, and seemingly kind of comes to life, but not unlife, not construct life. It actually almost seems like it's being animated by streamers of magic that are actually coming out from this basalt monolith that is sticking out from the ground. And that energy kind of ripples across the ground, almost like electricity, but with a strange green energy. And then you can see throughout the battlefield as a variety of blades,
oh my goodness,
and weapons begin sort of animating and spinning to life, very much in the vein of an animated weapon.
But not the 10-foot long weapons, right?
Not the 10-foot long weapons. Oh, these are
okay.
And then the massive effigy sort of spins and kind of comes to life and looks down at Joren menacingly, and as menacingly as something without a face can possibly do. And and then the animated blades spin, hurl in the air, and then whip towards you to attack. All right, so it is definitely a combat.
Can we start encounter mode?
Yeah, so we should be in encounter mode. All right, so Brek got a 21.
Yeah.
Thron got a 24.
Oh my.
Droga got a 17, and Joren got an 8, giving him plenty of time to get his shield up.
Good luck, guys.
Well, the animated blades are very slow. But the effigy of Yagoon, the effigy of Yagoon is extremely quick. And I actually don't know what this thing does. It's all good. So many things. Frightened creatures. Great. All right. The effigy is going to, as a free action, start off with its baleful glow, and it is its head bursts into flame that sheds outward in light and illumination, and it is the first round of combat, and any creature that has not acted yet is startled and becomes flat-footed against the creature. For 1 round. So, and then that is what it does for free. And then it has a speed of something.
Oh, it's a great speed.
Yeah, I got to admit, whatchamacallit, for constructs that have a lot of immunities, the Foundry monster profile is pretty bad. Foundry's really bad, or I should say Pathfinder 2 is really bad at putting where creature speeds are, I've noticed. Something you probably think you
would
have
need. Trouble with that.
It's something you probably think you would need. So the effigy closes in on Joren and will then target him. And Aaron, it's going to claw at you. Now you are flat-footed. There we go. And
oh my gosh! Nat 20.
Oh boy!
Boy!
And we start off with a big critical hit for 20 damage.
Oh
right. Well, I'm gonna block
that.
Yeah.
That was almost minimum, by the way, just so we're
yeah, I saw that. I did see that.
And your shield explodes off of your hand.
Yep.
As the creature, definitely.
Thron, go wrestle that shield free from that thing.
And let's see. It moved. It used its baleful glow, and that was its strike. So it's done. All right. That is my turn. Hold on a second. I gotta.
Gonna say my shield is no longer raised.
That does seem appropriate. Let me pop out this combat encounter. Boom. Got it. All right.
Oh boy.
Yeah, let me do that as well.
Nope. That's not whose turn it is. How do you make someone's turn? I wish I knew how.
At the bottom, you should be able to go backwards with the first arrow.
Yeah, but that's so stupid. Why does it do that?
I don't. I think you might be able to double click too. But I'm not positive.
No, you can't double click. All right, Thron, you're up next.
All right.
And remember, everybody, for our listeners at home, we do have a lot of listeners. Make sure to remember to not just I move, square, attack, map.
There we go. All right. For our listeners at home, map.
Gonna map before my attack.
So I've got some blades here. I'm gonna make a guess that if we subdue this effigy, the blades will go down as well. So what I'm gonna do?
I don't know. It's Pathfinder. Wouldn't that ruin our balanced experience and what we need for a fun challenge?
Well, is this a Pathfinder adventure or is it a Derek modified Pathfinder adventure?
Ooh, that's
fairly straight.
No, I've changed every single encounter you've ever encountered in this entire module.
Did you?
Yep.
So
I didn't change the moose fight.
Oh, fair enough. That's how we own
flying
that thing.
into a rage and with a burst of speed, Thron rushes forward, taking up a flanking position against this effigy that he sees in front of us and making a strike at the back of his head.
Yep.
That's always the best place to do it. Well, there we go.
It's a critical hit.
Critical hit.
Wow.
Everything's just crits tonight.
Yeah.
Just
all right.
All sides.
Perfect critical hit with that 27, by the way.
Oh, yes. Actually, you can see here that the AC 19 creatures reduced to 17 because of flat-footed, because of flanking, meaning the 27 is now a critical hit. And you know what to put in chat. That's right. That math is tight.
Oh my gosh. 30 damage.
Was that is that the attack?
Nice.
Is that the attack roll, or what am I looking at here? Jesus.
That's the damage, friend.
Damage.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you rolled a 9 on that D10. That's pretty solid.
The legend of Thron.
Yeah,
the legend of Thron.
All right. Well, the creature only takes 25 damage, as it does seem to have some resistance against your bludgeoning attack, but it is still a absolutely massive haymaker of an attack, and boy, it's boom. All right, so Thron, you're done, right?
Yes, sir. I just hit end turn.
All right, great. All right, so who does that bring up next?
Animated Blade.
Ooh, Animated Blade. That's my favorite one. Animated Blade is going to
Careful, he's gonna cusp all that edge.
Oh, it's going to fly. It's going to fly 15 feet, and it's going to attack Droga with a rusty blade strike. Oh, it also has the tetanus ability.
Does it do more damage because it's rusty?
No, it does have the tetanus ability.
Yeah, I got my shot.
It's literally got an ability called tetanus.
It sure does, Kaz. 1 week from now,
Oh, man.
Your jaw will get slightly tight.
you become clumsy, paralyzed, and then dead. It's actually kind of sick. All right. All right.
Sounds like old age.
All right. Ooh, Bob, 23.
Ooh.
That hits.
That is a hit.
Yep, Bob, you're gonna take 4 damage from the rusty blade as it swings madly in the air, chopping and swerving and hacking down at you with great.
That's another.
Wow. All right, this thing is more proficient than the War Priest. All right, here we go.
I mean, that checks out.
Oh,
all right.
Do I got the tetanus?
We won't know for a week, Bob.
I better write that down. I'm never gonna remember that.
Right?
I doubt you'll remember it even if you write it down. All right. So
also true.
All right, Brek. Animated blades begin swarming around you, but up ahead, a massive looming construct chunks into Joren before being completely backhand smashed by the massive raging fist of Thron. What are you going to do, Brek?
Brek kind of yells, "Oh, damn, Joren, no!" and is going to stride over here.
By the way, remember your MVP. Maybe we'll do a role playing award tonight, and remember that.
No, Joren, no,
Joren,
no, Joren. Oh God, no.
Match is over and says, "I'll save you, Joren." First strike.
Oh no. There it is.
Oh wow!
Oh man, that's terrible.
Well,
that's all right. We still have the hatchet, guys.
The hatchet's the MVP.
Yeah, that's true.
That's our big daddy.
You did miss with the bone battle.
Oh yeah,
Jesus, like
it's an actual critical hit from the hatchet.
Minimum damage.
But the slashing weapon of Brek, despite the critical hit only doing 10 damage, which is minimal, does actually completely hit through the creature's resistance to damage. So it apparently is weak, or not weak, but takes full damage from slashing. All right, next up is another animated blade. Left alone, the animated blade flanks with the other animated blade and begins going on a terrorizing attack against Drogon as they continue.
Oh my gosh! Just keep hitting me.
Oh my goodness!
Tearing him up as they could keep hacking him to pieces. Another 3 damage, another 4 damage.
Tetanus.
Tetanus is flowing through. Oh, okay, finally.
Okay, missed.
Droga has so much tetanus now. We might as well not even bother saving them.
Yeah.
Take the arm. Take the arm.
It's like grayscale. You just say, he's just dead anyway.
Cover that up real quick.
All right. Well, that guy's turn is over as well. All right, Droga, you are surrounded by animated blades, which are hacking you to pieces slowly but surely.
Yeah, I'm going to make the effigy my hunted prey and make a recall knowledge on it.
Yeah, go ahead and make a craft check, as this is a construct.
Oh boy.
I'd also allow an arcana check. Oh, it seems to run on some type of electricity.
Oh, the good old electricity.
Which we know plenty about.
I understood that reference.
All right. Well, I'm going to command my bear.
Yes.
To come around the side to flank this animated blade and attack.
All right.
It's Command Barrick.
Command Barrick.
All right. He's gonna. Your bear moves to the side.
He's gonna go for a jaws attack.
All right.
Bob,
and he hits by 0-14. What's wrong?
You see yourself on the stream. You've been scalped.
What happened?
Your head is disconnected from the rest of your face.
What?
Oh,
it's awesome.
I don't.
Oh man.
I don't think so.
Oh, you're back. You're back, Bob.
Bob's camera couldn't handle the excitement of
the bear attack.
Of the bear attack.
All right, he's got that chomper.
All right, the animated blade takes. Let me see if it's got any damage reduction for being a construct. Loading, please wait.
It is piercing damage.
It's hard. Oh, it has hardness.
It is an item that's animated.
Yeah, so it has construct hardness. So it has a hardness of 4, and it will reduce any amount of damage it takes equal to the hardness. Once it's reduced to fewer than half its hit points, however, or immediately upon being damaged by a critical, its armor breaks and its armor class is reduced to 14.
So I did 4 damage to it.
So it's going to take off 4 points of damage. And so, yes, Bob, your 8 points of damage from your bear are only going to deal 4. But it only has 4 hit points. So,
all
right. It takes 4 points of damage, and you smash it out of the sky.
Perfect, because my hunted shot is coming up next for the effigy.
All right. I'm going to
roll a bow.
I'm +1. Yeah, I've had my bow out.
Yeah, I'm going to give this guy cover. Because you got some of your allies in the way.
Yep.
And
just shoot through me. It's fine.
Don't worry about it. It's coming through. Pew pew.
Oh, no.
It's a critical miss.
This one might hit.
But your second one from your flurry shot hits, and he takes 6 damage. However, as it is piercing, he takes 5 off of that. So he takes
Dink.
so he takes 1 point of damage.
Dink dink.
All right.
Right? Is your attack right, Bob?
It should
be
an
18 and you hit by 2.
I don't know how it could not be.
So his first
volley, he's got an extra -2 because he's within 30 feet. It looks like.
Wow.
Oh.
Yep. There you go.
Yep.
This is why I got my hatchets, guys.
All right, Bob, you're done.
Yes, animated blade up.
All right. Well, these
ones are away from me.
Yeah, these things only can move 15 feet, so it's going to, I guess, move to here and target Brek and double move, and it's going to swing on you with its rusty blade.
We about to have a double conga line.
Oh,
like a split conga.
Brek,
I easily kick it out of the way.
Yeah, you kick it out of the way. All right, Joren, your initial shock of being critically hit recovers.
My arm is broken. That's fine.
That's fine.
All right. Well, Joren's gonna cast a spell.
Which spell?
Magic missile.
Oh, my favorite.
That would actually be really great.
That's what we need.
That would actually be really good.
All right. Instead, I reach out not to Brek's. I don't even know what his main weapon is. It's worthless. I reach across him to his offhand, to the hatchet. Then I imbue it with the power of flame. Running my hand along the edge, it bursts alight with the power of holy fire.
So to be clear, we are bypassing the D8 battle axe to cast it on the D4 bone hatchet. Is that right?
Brek, do you disagree with this? D6. I mean, I will cast it on the axe if you want.
No. I completely agree with this. I just want to make sure the folks at home realize that we are targeting the better weapon here.
Yes. The hatchet is by far more powerful.
We may have to break the automatic bonus progression rules. Normally, they become striking at level 4. The hatchet may have to become striking at level 3. Because the fictional, right? We talk about this all the time on the channel. The fiction should inform the mechanics. Clearly, this hatchet is actually a more powerful weapon than the battle because the narrative doesn't see dice; it only sees damage dealt, and the
metal battle axe just misses, and the hatchet crits.
That's right, exactly. The spirits are saddened that Brek took the metal weapon of the enemy.
Yes, yes. They're teaching me that nature is still better.
Joren, I think you have 1 action left.
All right, and then with my not broken arm, I will stab one-handed a spear underneath the shield plate, trying to get inside this thing.
There you go. All right, well, it's all flanked up automatically, so you should be able to go ahead.
I didn't target it.
Me
too. It's all crits here. All crits all night.
All crits all the time. Yeah, that actually checks out. All right, well, it's another nat 20. It's another crit.
Good roll too.
Wow, that's a great roll.
16 damage.
It is not slashing, so I'm going to take 5 off, but that's still minus 11 damage from the 16-point damage as Joren does exactly what he describes. As Thron and Brek are tagging into it, Joren uses the tactical advantage of being crushed by the creature to come up underneath it, slipping behind the glowing or the powerfully etched metal shield, Mendevian shield, and strikes his spear straight into the middle of the construct. Wow, that was a good hit. Nice. We have one final animated blade. And it is going to zip in onto Joren.
No, it's got to go for the flank so that we can have the split conga.
There we go.
like an Eiffel Tower.
You got the split conga. It flanks you and gets a nat 1.
Oh wow!
No, it's all been critically misses and critical hits. The creature,
there is no middle ground.
The animated blade slashes back and forth in a fury, but it literally critically misses by 12 both times.
I ignore it.
Yeah, that's fine. Joren dismisses the creature with its wave of his hand, and it is destroyed. All right, but it is now the effigy's turn. And it is not
literally all of us have crit on the effigy, so it needs to make a decision.
That's true.
That's not true.
Got some aggro, but so do I guess at this point.
Droga did 1 point of damage on it. So,
so clearly he's the target.
Yeah. Well, Thron hit it for 30.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with that.
It is the Legend of Thron,
and you know what? He is the main character. So
he's the main character. Important cast here.
Listen, I think it's the hatchet's the main character. Yes. We're all just
also tactically.
Now, you know, at one point, like Tim's gonna get crit hard. He's gonna be dying 3. He'd be like, Thron, I know you only monkey punch.
We can use We can use Roll for Combat's new intelligent weapon ancestry. And Tim,
we could.
Tim could just play his hatchet.
Brek dies heroically.
For the audience,
become the hatchet.
You may be surprised to hear that would be the second time Tim ended up playing one of his characters as his main character.
No. You mean playing one of his character's pieces of equipment?
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Horus the staff.
Yes, your character did become a staff at one point.
Right.
Kaz, the creature is going to use its.
I dare you to grapple me.
No.
You taunting him?
That's a charisma skill check. I can't do that.
No, it is going to. It's going to use its Scarecrow's leer. And its eyes flicker with an unnerving glow,
making an advance on Thron. Strong body.
Kaz,
every kind of leer.
Everybody, Joren, Brek, and Thron, go ahead and make a will save.
Okay.
DC 18.
Oh.
Yep. So that comes.
All right. Everybody failed. But nobody critically failed. So if you failed, you are frightened 2. So go ahead and put frightened 2 on you. And then Thron, it's going to come at you and it's going to attack you. Also, because of its leer, you cannot reduce its frightened emanation below 1 as long as you're within the creature's 20-foot aura, that baleful glow. So keep in mind that if you're within 20 feet, it'll go down to 1, but it won't go down to 2. Okay. Kaz, I will put your frightened on you. That's okay.
Are we able to add our own?
Bob did.
You drag it on your character sheet, but if your character sheet's popped out, I don't think it works.
Popped out, but I think I could drag it onto my token in that way.
You can drag it on your token. You can also right click and go to the little assign status effects. It's got like a little aura around a guy.
Yeah, if you right click on your token, there's a little it looks like a body with a glowing aura around it. And that's if you left click on that, you can sign any. And then if you tap it multiple times, that'll tick it up to frighten 2. If you right click it, it'll tick it down.
And it will go in the top right corner of your screen, and you can right click or left click that to add and subtract. So
correct. If your token is selected, you can right click and left click to increase or decrease the value.
Forward.
All right. So Thron, it frightens you, and now it's going to come at you with its clawing fear. It does an additional D6 point of mental damage to frightened creatures. And so here comes its big daddy plus 13 claw attack, and it rolls a 7.
Ooh. It almost rolled that one.
It did almost roll that one. But that
All
is,
right.
okay. But that is going to be a hit. So that's going to be this much bludgeoning damage, 16 Kaz. And then in addition to that, Kaz, it does an additional 6 points of mental damage. As the fear grabs you and rips into you. And then the creature is going to come in, swing into you again while it has you on the ropes and gets an 18. It's another hit. Oh, we just got somebody... self-confessed cynic re-upped his adventurers.
This is literally like the anniversary of when you turned this on. It's 8 o'clock.
Oh, it's
on Tuesday.
It's 8 o'clock on a Tuesday. Welcome everybody.
There we go.
All right, so everybody.
Oh man,
you're getting worked right now.
He just
14 more damage.
Monkey.
Kaz, you take 14 more points of bludgeoning damage as the creature strikes you again, and 3 more points of mental damage.
Rolling d6s. Are you dead yet? Are you dead yet?
All right.
Another dice of mental damage.
So that was 17 damage from the second strike, and it was 22 damage from the first strike. And Kaz, you are only just near death. You are not dead.
Just near death.
Just near death. Just near it. Not actually dead though. But you are.
I am. But I'm on a knee right now.
But that was it. That was the creature's turn.
He's done.
Yeah,
he's got nothing.
That's it.
All right.
So,
so my frightened goes down by 1.
No,
at the
end of the turn.
End of your turn. End of your turn, buddy.
My frightened goes up by 1.
Now, if you want, you could delay to. Well, Brek's got a good attack. I will be worthless attacking, so I can aid you to up your attack.
That's true. You could let me go first, and if I miss, my aid will be +2 for your attack because I'm an expert.
Don't you have the slashing weapon though, Brek?
Brek has 2 slashing weapons and a magic weapon. Brek.
If you want to aid Brek, that's what you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it should go the other way around. So
it's the legend of Thron.
Right. Remember,
I am here to help
for you,
leader.
I will. So I can make an attack and then aid, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
the way that right. So the way aid works in this game is it's one action and it's called prepare, and all it means is you're waiting for an opportunity. It's kind of like ready, but you can only use it to use a reaction at some point before your turn. And if you see somebody doing something that you think your character would be able to help them with, that's when you can use a reaction to say, I'm going to aid them. There's no dice roll involved. If you aid them with something that you are trained in, they get a +1 circumstance bonus. If you aid them with something you're an expert in, they get a +2 circumstance bonus.
All right. Well, first attack is going to be the Yeti Fist.
Yep.
Renaming the ability here and now. And it comes.
It hits.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Hits.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. I've never removed the creature's cover, but
it should have hit by 1 more.
It should have hit by 1 more, but that's okay. But
hit.
It still hit. So 11 damage, but of course
11 damage
-5 because of the creature's resistance. So it's going to only take 6 points of damage, and it is still up. All right, Thron, you have 2 more actions. And remember, you have a -2 fear penalty and a -5 map penalty. So you're at -7 right now.
He said, "I'm not aiding anyone."
Well, no, aid doesn't require a roll.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I can just hold that extra aid. So I'm gonna do the Yeti Fist on the next strike here.
Yep. Also known as the YOLO. All right.
YOLO missed by 4.
That one is a miss.
That's all right.
And now you're going to.
But I'm now I've got its attention. This is right where I want it. Like I'm bleeding. I'm all messed up.
Got right where you want it.
My next attack, I will prepare to prepare.
All right, that sounds good.
Excellent.
And that is
Brek.
That is actually Brek. So
all right. Well, Brek is gonna. He sees Thron over there setting him up, and he's like, "This is weird. It's the Thron show." As he goes in for the double slice.
now
he's a humble leader, right? The main character is making you feel better.
Now, Thron, he's about to make 2 attack rolls simultaneously, so you have to say which one you are going to aid.
Hatchet, obvious.
It's the hatchet.
Yeah,
the hatchet.
The hatchet obviously has,
yes. In fact, we're rolling the hatchet first. That's how much faith I have in the hatchet.
All All right, so Thron is going to aid you. Now, Thron, you're up close personal. You're punching this thing, so you can aid with your athletics. And your athletics is expert level because you are a wrestler.
Sir. Oh.
So you actually get a +2 circumstance bonus, Brek, which will nicely cancel out the 2 points of penalty you have from your frightened. So at this point, the creature is just flat-footed. So you're really kind of just looking actually at a net of it being a -2.
All right, well, here we go.
Oh. All right, remember, describe for our people at home.
This is the hatchet swinging in, and it gets an 18, which is a hit by 1.
It's a hit by 1. Yes.
Wow.
Hatchet.
All right.
Yeah.
11
damage.
Oh, 11 damage.
Enough?
11 damage is...
Should be.
It's dead. All right. Now,
well, I give it a little kiss.
Now this is a special creature because it's lootable, so you can double click it.
Oh wow!
Oh,
yes.
Nice. All right. Well, I don't do that right now, and then I guess.
But remember, there are 2 animated blades left. Brek, you have one action left.
Yep, I'm just going to make a map -10 attack with my bone axe on the uninjured animated blade here that is right behind me.
That sounds good.
No. Hatchet attack -8 because the hatchet is better.
There you go. But you still missed.
Oh, so close. That's all right.
All right. Well, the animated blade on Droga is going to go next. Bob, it's just going to hack and slash and just keep trying to chomp.
Give me some more tetanus.
Yep. It just keeps hacking you. 13. 11. Nat 1.
Nice. No more tetanus.
At this point, Bob, you figured out that it's got a really shitty attack routine. It only just thrusts low every single time, so you're able to completely anticipate.
You're basically fighting a 4-year-old.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Yep. All right, Droga.
All right. I'm going to drop my bow.
Yep.
And
like a true ranger.
Oh yeah, he's got quick draw now.
I got quick draw, so I'm gonna pull out my hatchet and attack in one motion.
All right. Well, you already messed that up because your thing says interact sheath longbow, but you did not.
I just sheathed it so it didn't like drop it from my character sheet.
Okay, got it.
I didn't know if that would actually work. So
it's a button on the character sheet.
Got it. Okay.
Because you can't actually use your weapons unless you have them drawn.
Interesting.
Yes.
All right.
So I do have my hatchet out now. So I targeted it and swing through. It's a hit. Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Nice.
Hit 17 hits, and we're gonna roll for that big max 5 slashing damage.
So it takes -4 off. So
No.
Bob, this is incredible. You've managed to only do 1 point of damage each time you attack.
Oh, strong, Bob. You were so strong.
That's right. Barrick hit the other one. You're right.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
that's right.
All right. Well, Droga, you have 2 actions left.
All right, Barrick, clean up.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna do it.
Send in the bear.
We're gonna send Barrick to the other side.
Oh, so to flank now? All right. Yeah. No, give Barrick the flank, right? Because somebody had to not get.
Barrick has the flank, and he's gonna do his jaws attack.
All right. Droga's like, I didn't need the flank anyways.
Yeah. I know. Jaws attack for a miss of 11.
Great.
And Droga's gonna go in for the last Hail Mary with the hatchet.
Great. Sounds good.
I know this is rough rolling for the Mr. Hunter.
All right.
My gosh, embarrassing.
High quality path. I can see why your spider did so well last night.
Andre hates me.
Brek, this thing is just going to keep swinging at you.
Yeah, man.
It's pretty primitive construct here as the animated blade that's been hacking at your back just keeps swinging wildly, massively, getting very low attack rolls. Oh, a 19.
Oh, that'll do it though. It scratched me.
Oh no.
Now you got the tetanus.
Now you got the Now you got the T.
That's right.
You're all teed up. All right, 2 points of damage there from the. It's at this point it's more of like a steak knife than a rusty sword. It critically misses, and that brings up Joren. All right, Joren.
Can you finish it off?
The masterful flank.
There it is.
Joren moves to flank.
The rusty blade is somehow affected by being flanked, which implies that it has tactical awareness.
Right. It's flat-footed. So it's like, oh no, I cannot defend myself.
I was defending. How do you defend yourself? You are a sword.
All right.
Obviously,
Derek.
you parry.
I'm gonna grapple it.
Oh my god! All right.
Wait, wield it?
You grabbed the stake.
I grabbed the hilt.
Yeah, you fail.
It should have a penalty to this, I feel like.
Yeah, Aaron, you take the damage.
I got the tetanus, boys. It's bad.
Excellent.
This is how the party dies. Everyone gets tetanus. And right. I bleed out because no one's healing me.
Aaron, you take 2 points of damage. And you get the tea.
Epic.
I get the tea and it burns.
All right. Well, we've had our fun. All right. I'm just gonna.
I surrender.
I'm just gonna remove these level -1 creatures, and we'll just assume everybody else.
Clearly, they unanimated with the effigy.
Yeah, the effigy energy sort of flies out eventually, and the creatures drop to the ground.
I cover up my wounds to let no one know that I was hurt.
Right.
We've done it.
All right. Your frightened effects will wear off. Any spell effects will wear off as well. All right. Well. So the animated energy, the sort of surge of sort of transmutation energy that bubbled out from the ground and animated the blades, as well as the suit of armor, or the effigy, clattered to the ground, but the Mendevian shield still glimmers on the ground. All right.
Nice. We should definitely loot this dude. See if
we'll
at least that shield.
Sell it for
that's all it really has.
Sell it to who? We're in the wilderness running for our lives.
We'll sell it to the burning lead.
All right.
Joren walks over, arm hanging, checks to see if Thron's bleeding out. He'll be fine.
I take the spears and symbols or the leftover parts and create a Hallett swear word on the ground for the burning mammoths to see when they come through here.
Right. Well, which will be your following first, so they'll think you're just being extra.
No, I'm gonna tell them.
Guys are in on the joke.
Yeah.
Like no, he has like a billboard. It's like keep, like a marathon. It's like keep going. You've got this. What a champion.
Those work. I don't know. Get you a little adrenaline kick.
They so do not work.
How many races are you running in?
I've run in a ton of 5Ks.
And so have I. They work every time. You don't believe in the sign.
No, I don't. I'm focused on running my race, Bob.
Derek's capable of self-motivating himself.
That's right.
No, I'm in drury mode. I'm like, why did I choose to do this?
So yeah, we've got here on the effigy of Yagun a minor sturdy shield. And for anybody at home who may be listening and can't look it up on Archives of Nethys, the minor sturdy shield is a magically strengthened and enhanced shield, which has a massive hardness 8 and has 64 hit points. I think, with a break threshold of 32.
That's a pretty good shield there, Mr. Joren.
Well, Derek's like, okay, I need to make your character playable, Smith.
Right.
So
can't buy a new shield every attack. So,
which is literally what happened.
Yeah.
It was fine when I was fighting things with shields, but then Derek's like, wait, I have to throw, everything I throw at Derek or Aaron has to have a shield. So,
right. The animated blades are just, they're like, they're
animated shields.
Animated shields.
Yeah. We'll be fighting dinosaurs and animated shields.
Yeah, right. Half the party is just animated weapons by the end of the campaign.
Oh, that's good stuff. All right.
Joren loads. I can't equip it though. I don't know why.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's
Did you unequip your other shield first?
I trashed it, but I'm wondering now if that like broke Foundry.
Oh my goodness.
It's probably forever equipped in your hand.
It was trashed because hang on. Did I get it? No. No.
I move over to the brush here, Derek, and I begin scavenging around for some good herbs to do a medicine check on myself using my nature skill.
Yeah, keep in mind that, Kaz, that if you crit fail, you will kill yourself.
Yeah, do you want me just to
drive it like you stole it?
I stopped Thron from doing anything, and then I take care of it.
Right, you were too busy looking at your shield. You couldn't figure out how to put it on.
Right. Literally was what was happening.
Yeah, you've got Joren, and he's very trained in medicine. So
fair enough.
Well, I mean, it's Pathfinder, so you're still likely to die.
But yes, you can go ahead and heal up to full. It's not an issue.
Heal up to full?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Healing doesn't matter.
Healing doesn't
Unless
matter.
Derek has another encounter.
Right, unless there's literally something like waiting down the road. So
my broken arm is totally fine right now.
Right.
Got better.
It got
better.
Right. It
it's
got
located.
Bob's tetanus.
Just hit it, rage, and hit my arm.
It got better.
Knock it back in.
Right, exactly.
It's like a dislocated shoulder. You just
100%.
All right. Well done.
all right.
So I'm going to take you guys back to the siren here.
I don't hear no bell.
Okay. So on the why does that calendar never seem to want to update?
Oh. Maybe the hatchet will come in clutch and learn river lore. Ah, that's a good troll. That's a good troll. Thank you for the tip.
That is awesome. Whoever said that, by the way.
Hemelig.
Awesome. Yeah. So hey, I
pretty good.
So we'll probably be going to break here in a little bit, but before we do, let me just quickly kind of give a quick shout out. Say thank you to a couple people. We've had some people tipping, some people supporting the channel. We've got Henry with a $25 tip. Thank you. Said have half a horn. Call the Dino Spike. And
nice.
And Anonymous tipped a 1989, which is also nice. And Hemelig sent a $4.92 super chat, and maybe the hatchet will come in clutch and learn level lore. Thank you. Also, while we were in the middle of that fight there, Self-Confessed Cynic, William Brandis, and GM Scott all renewed their membership for their 4th month. This is now a 4-month streak. So pretty sweet. So thanks a lot. So as we kind of go into it, right now, we've got looks like $25, and Spike is going to be the thing to beat. And Hemelig, I don't know if you remember the Patreon or not, but if you're the top super chatter at the end of the stream, you get to pick how one of the 4 resources of the following is going to be utilized. So as we prepare to go to our quick break, the day is winding down. The following is catching up. And of course, as is wont to do, the group has been pushing on, and so food ticks down once again. So yes, the supplies of the food are dwindling. People are starting to get a little bit, concerned. Normally, the following never moves this fast or this hard, and people are definitely eager to take a break at Gleaming Sun Lake, both to forage, possibly hunt, but also to they're just exhausted. I mean, they've been literally on the run for almost a week straight now. So
then they saw my sign and got really pumped up again.
Then they saw the sign, they got pumped up. You know what, Bob? DC 21 flat check.
Yeah, let me try that. Fail. It was a good try, though. Oh, the DC 21 flat check, such a good shirt.
The following, Bob, they don't appreciate your sentiments. They would have rather.
They've never understood me.
That's true. You've always been like an outsider to them. They've never truly fully understood you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, before we go to break, what is the plan? Are you guys tomorrow going to go to Gleaming Sun Lake and?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got to do some foraging,
do some rafting, do some fishing. Right. Nap.
So tomorrow will be what it's called, or the next 2 days are going to be called what's called a reconnoiter action. This is from Hexploration. Right. Every day you guys are just traveling sort of across the hex. Normally, like you could think of yourself starting on one side, ending on the other side. So tomorrow you're going to, it's one day to sort of enter the hex, and it's another day to actually sort of go to some place within that hex specifically. So it's actually 2 days to do that.
Of course.
I mean that they got to make it dramatic somehow. But it has been somewhat of a welcome relief, sort of, because while the burning mammoths are up in the hills, you don't see the burning red torches at night because you really can't see them at all because they're hidden amongst all the valleys and the rocks. But you know that if it took you 4 days, it will take them potentially 4 to 6 days to make it through the hillside. So it could be pretty good for you if I start rolling a little low. All right, so when we come back, the group will make their way down to Gleaming Sun Lake, which is great because that is what I named the episode.
I was wondering if we should troll you.
We got there this time.
We go north.
I was like, I'm gonna take a gamble and I'm gonna name it this, and we'll see what happens.
Next session is gonna be Hex 38.
Hex 38 Niner.
You sunk my battleship.
So we are going to be right back. It's 8:20. So we're going to be back at 8:35, and we are going to continue on with Quest for the Frozen Flame. All right. We'll see you in a few minutes. Be right back. All right. Hey, we're back, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good, good, good. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. Yeah, so, hey, just want to say that we're
talking about our play? Or?
Yeah. I want to say thank you to everybody. We were just looking at some numbers, and the Knights of Last Call Patreon is having a really good month. There was a lot of concern about summertime, but you all out there have really shown up this month. We've had a lot of new patrons. In fact, we just had someone just join, so welcome. It's awesome. I'm so happy to see everybody who's interested in our conversations. And again, being a part of our Discord is really, really at the heart of our Patreon. And, we are working to expand our offerings, and we hope to bring more and more value to the Patreon with exclusive content releases. And there's already a boatload of videos, but we're going to try to release some PDFs or release some other exclusive merch type items. And we really want to make sure that we give you the best kind of experience that you could possibly have while in there. So if you're interested in checking that out, patreon.com/Knights of Last Call. So, I didn't get a chance to really go through the, didn't really get a chance to go through the chat, but hopefully you guys are enjoying tonight's session. It is hex crawl. So if you've been ever wondering what a hex crawl is like, it's like this, but in a normal hex crawl, you wouldn't even know where you're going. But remember, this is just the introduction to hex crawling.
We're in the tutorial mode.
And this is the tutorial mode, right? Exactly. So
we still don't know where we're going.
Well, no, you do. I mean, you know that you're going to.
We have a destination.
You're going to. I mean, if you scroll out, you can see there's a big saber-toothed tiger symbol on the other side of the map. That is where you were headed.
Oh. My mountain lord told me saber-toothed tiger symbol.
That is Red Cat Cave. Again, you know this whole area very well. You've traveled these lands many times. Now, normally the group, again, the normal in a normal year, the following would camp at Gleaming Sun Lake for several weeks. They would then proceed across the Gornok Plains to the grandparents, where they would spend a few nights in the valley between two massive mountain peaks before turning north, because they don't want to cross into the Tusk Mountains, because that route is lost.
That's, by the way, spoiler, where we're going to end up going for some reason, or because we think it's cool.
That is also a possibility. And of course, Red Cat Cave used to be a place of worship, but the group has shunned it for the last 80, 90 years, ever since, the flame was stolen there and its guardian was slain. But it is at Red Cat Cave where Grandfather Iowa has asked for you to return to Red Cat Cave to see if you could learn from the spirit that dwells there, maybe a clue or some sort of idea of where to find the primordial flame. It's the only clue that you have in terms of where it may have gone. And that is what he has asked you to do. It's his Urkto, his dying wish that you all, honor him, honor his ancestors, and, whether what he, or I should say what his family decided to do in terms of hiding the flame, whether it was right or whether it was wrong, whether it was brave or whether it was cowardly, either way, the realm of the Mammoth Lords, the Broken Tusks in particular, need the primordial flame, and it is time that it was returned to its proper and rightful guardians. And the grandfather thought that the rise of such powerful individuals from various different ages, and in some cases not even Kellid, but a fallen worshiper, former cleric, of Saren Ray, who the Kellid know as Sister Cinder, and this mighty barbarian beast, and this skilled and charismatic leader, and this sort of primal and keen hunter, all combined, representing a real chance for a new hope. But in the meantime, we've got Gleaming Sun Lake to deal with. All right, so you guys make your move into Gleaming Sun Lake.
Is this the beach episode where we all put
on? No, it's just
yes.
I want to get
like a lifeguard,
volleyball.
I want to get an aqua dinosaur, lake dinosaur, right? I'm going to attach some wooden skis to it, and I'm going to old man ski in nothing but my loincloth across the lake.
I'll be wearing my.
You're going to jump the shark?
It's
dinosaur shark.
It's
dinosaur shark.
It's too early for that. It's too early for that. All right. So, you all, going on here? Oh, I'm not on the token.
It's our fan service episode. That's next episode.
That's right. So you all move into again. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it is a big hex. All right. Well, that's another random encounter.
All right.
Derek rolls an 18 on the encounter table here.
Yeah, that actually.
I think it's what 17 plus.
Well, 20 is a dinosaur.
20
we know
is
that.
a dinosaur.
No. The hex cross system has a scale.
Yes, on a
roll 17 or higher, depending on the region you're in, is an encounter.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Now I see what you're saying.
Right. So then he determines the encounter, which Pathfinder doesn't tell you what to do. So Derek has something, or maybe they gave him a table. I don't know.
Correct. They did. The adventure does give me essentially a table. All right. Well, this is good. This is actually this works out. The fact that this is a random encounter and that I have it prepared is very convenient. All right.
Is it a dinosaur?
How
Tell
convenient.
me it's a dinosaur.
It is not a dinosaur, but actually,
I walk away.
this encounter can happen in any hex near Gleaming Sun Lake.
Well,
there we go. Very good.
Seems appropriate.
Okay, so remember, you guys are moving into this, hex, and as you do so, kind of in advance of the rest of the following, which are coming up behind you. All right. So as you begin making your way down towards the lake bed, or the lake proper, at a far distance, you hear the sounds of voices, guttural voices, speaking a form of Hallett, but in a very harsh and distinctive tongue that you have come to learn as the Burning Mammoth.
Oh, wow. Scouted ahead. Or they left them behind.
All right. You do not.
Poison bringers.
Yeah.
I do not.
Yeah.
We don't need any poison. Why did you bring poison? You were supposed to bring beer.
All right.
Beer is a form of poison.
All right. So we got a big map here, but you guys are kind of far up ahead. As you get closer to the lake, you can see that there's a variety of streams and rivers that all flow into the lake. And as you're sort of making your way down one towards the lake proper, you see up ahead, and again, they haven't noticed you because they're very busy and they seem to be arguing or otherwise having a problem. You can see that there are some advanced Burning Mammoth scouts, as you as said, Aaron. However, they seem to have some sort of hand cart or some other form of wagon, which they have sort of drawn to the edge of the river. There, at the inside of the wagon, there is some sort of crate or other tight meshed cage made of bark and lashings of wood. And there seems to be some sort of gelatinous creature trapped inside of it. The Burning Mammoths are sort of reaching in and cutting off chunks of this ooze-like creature and throwing it into the river, carrying this ooze-like secretions of this creature into the water and down into the lake.
Ah, jerks. They're trying to ruin our fun day.
Yep.
The only thing we were looking forward to.
It's true.
Well, guess what? They're going to get what they want. We're going to pollute this lake with their bodies.
Oh my goodness.
Right, you're like, we kill them all. And it's like, what about the thing? Yeah, throw that in the river.
What is this? Like Doc Brown? Like, just dump the whole thing in. What are they doing?
Now you're kind of laid low here, but some of these creatures are already known to you as Burning Mammoth warriors. You guys have fought these before, so they already should be identified.
Yep.
But the one you've never actually succeeded a check, but you can see that it is a long shield. That's one of the mammoths that uses the big shield. The ones that Joren kept stealing.
Right. My resupply.
Listen, I didn't know if you were going to have that other random encounter, so I had to make sure that there was a shield.
Gotcha.
There was a shield in this encounter.
I appreciate it.
I'm just looking out for you, buddy.
There we go.
But more importantly, there is a strange creature trapped in sort of a cage crate on their hand cart that they are seemingly using to poison or otherwise pollute the river.
Do they notice us?
They do not actually. So they are.
Do you want me to flank around the outside of these trees and come around?
We are not in encounter mode. We are still in exploration mode. So this is kind of an opportunity for you guys to move and position yourselves, as they are pretty, focused on their task at hand. You are far enough away. You guys are keen scouts, and the random encounter gave me some notes that they're pretty otherwise unoccupied. They're actually, depending on what's going on too, they actually have a pretty sizable circumstance penalty to their perception checks for initiative. So,
can I spend 18 seconds and dump all my spells into the party?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Oh, all right.
All right. Let's see here.
The only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a perception check to see if they overhear your spell casting.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But again, like I said, they have a penalty to this. So
Gelatinous cube is going to be hard to wrestle.
That's for you, Droga. Brek, go ahead and put this on your weapon of choice. And Mr. Thron, Legend of Thron, I'm going to give you protection from chaos. I think that's a safe bet.
All right.
Checks.
There we go.
All right. I forgot to include the circumstance penalty, but no, they did not. They did not hear you. So.
All right. Well, we have no stealth, so are you guys good? Can we just like kind of mosey on up there and brandish?
Do we want to like? So if Bob comes in up here, and we set up like
now, remember,
here.
Kaz, we have people who listen to this, not just.
Oh, sorry. so if Bob works his way around to the northern end,
right?
So I thought about that, but now I'm remembering that with the volley, maybe I shouldn't be that close.
Right. Well, he actually wants to stand right where he's at.
I kind of want to be like right on the edge of this tree and just shooting up at him, which is the tree farthest away, but we could still see them.
Okay.
Guys, I think we tombstone this bitch.
Oh,
just walk up.
Walk up in the middle of everything.
Straight walk up. Okay.
I respect that. Gain a hero point.
Side by side. Just
that's pretty ballsy. Right. I mean, these are the Burning Mammoths. You have fought them before, but
I mean,
they come into our home. They kill our men, women, and children.
Yeah. Also, Bob,
they put poison in our fun lake.
Also, Bob, because I like to shed all over the Pathfinder 2 rules. Obviously, you've had a lot of time here. You can totally start with somebody hunted.
Oh, sweet. I'm going with that long shield then.
All right, great. And you get to make a check as well, just to see if you can learn anything about them.
Is that society?
It is society. Yes, sir.
We do live in a society.
We live in a society.
Not gonna be good enough.
Nope, you still don't know anything about them. But at this point, you've fought these things enough. So,
well,
yeah, I'm down for it.
If you guys keep walking up, I will not probably go past the tree line.
Yeah. Well, if we set up like along this here, my thing, along in front, where we can kind of prevent them from getting around to a flank immediately on us.
All right, so
as we tombstone walk.
Yeah, we'll
up.
use the ridge cover here, Derek, in the trees to get to like this part before they're gonna have like a real obvious.
Yeah, obviously, if you are in literal their sight range, they are going to see you, and the encounter's going to start.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm saying like we can use this cover right here, and then once we get literally here, we're clearly not hiding.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
Yeah. And I'll be at the back end, being able to pew pew.
Well, trees are cover. Just remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I went ahead and I gave you guys limited knowledge on the Burning Mammoth long shield, so you should be able to hover that and get its stats as well. So,
nice.
I can tank them all. I have as much hit points as all of them.
You're getting a little cocky there, Mister.
All right, Joren. I assume you don't want to start the fight all the way back there, or did you cast your 3 spells and you're good?
No. I'm moseying on up.
Okay, great. All right. So
we're straight here. I'll go over here.
Can I get into that this corner of the trees that I'm in, so I can get a little closer before they see me?
Yeah. Brek, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Oh yeah.
The DC is going to be
higher than that.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Brek, that is what starts
Oh god.
The initiative. But that is going to be your initiative, Brek. Is that too?
That's what happens,
Yeah. But if you had succeeded, I'd let you put yourself basically anywhere you wanted to be. All right. So we've got initiative. Everybody should be able to roll. So Joren gets a 19. Droga gets a 24. Good roll from Droga. Thron gets a 27. And
he's so perceptive.
And of course, Mr. Brek
gets a 2.
Gets a 2. And let me begin the encounter.
You might beat the sludge.
Right. I actually, in Foundry, how do you actually change someone's initiative?
Yeah, it cannot be done.
You can.
Oh,
you can.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Change the number.
Yep, I got it. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, we've got a 26 from the first warrior.
All right.
27 from the other one.
Oh boy.
A 12. An 18, and last but not least, the sludge gets a 17. All right,
in the cage?
All right, sludge represent.
Yeah, sludge in the cage represents. All right, so you get to about here. Brek starts trying to make his way through the forest to try to get a kind of a flank surround. He gets all caught up. He's too many hatchets, and
so many. No, the battle axe gets caught. It's too big.
Yeah,
metal.
It's the
yes. Brek gained.
The hatchet's fine. Don't you put this on the hatchet.
Brek gained a hero point. All right, so the first Burning Mammoth, they see you coming through here, and they shout out, "Tusks!" as sort of an alert, and he's kind of caught off guard, and he's going to take an action, and he's going to kind of move up here into the cart, and then he is going to spend an interact action to open up the crate, and kind of spend a third action to sort of yell and berate this sludge creature. "Kill them, you scum! Kill them!" And that's all he does on his turn. All right, Thron, Big Daddy Thron, you get to go next.
All right.
The Legend of Thron.
The Legend of Thron. All right,
man.
All right. So the adventuring group has moved up alongside the edge of the river. The burning mammoths are sort of tucked away in a small sort of forested nook, and the group has got them on the ropes. Go for it, buddy.
Now, we didn't necessarily prepare this, but I'm picturing a whole 300 scene here where we start our slow walk forward.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then we break into the sprint as a group before we dive in. So I don't want to
killing these people.
Oh yeah, I don't want to get too far out in front. So first thing that happens, obviously, I see another creature getting harmed. That brings out the Yeti in me. Does it bring out the Yeti in you?
Derek, the fans want to know, where's the Yeti clock?
Where's the Yeti clock?
Yeah, so we need to figure that out. That's something we've actually talked about on the Discord. Is we might need to have like a live stream where we actually break this down, design the mechanics for it. It needs to obviously be balanced. You can't just be completely ridiculous. But
Pathfinder balanced or Derek balanced?
Derek balanced.
Okay,
yeah, we can live with that. By the way, I went through just now and I updated everybody's initiatives because they were too high. So I forgot to give them the penalty for being completely unaware. So there we go. So it's now going to be Thron, then Droga, then the Warriors, then Joren, and then Brek still last. All right. All right.
Nailed it.
Kaz, what do you got for me, buddy? What's Thron doing?
So like I said, I'm starting to, this is the slow walk here. So this is the
into the sudden charge.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15. Well, no, because I can't sudden charge because I've raged.
No, you can. You cannot sudden charge if you have a multiple attack penalty. Rage does not increase your multiple attack penalty. So go ahead and put yourself where you were.
There we are.
There you go.
I don't think I can reach.
Sure, don't ever charge when getting angry.
What is your speed, Kaz?
25.
Right. So the furthest you can charge is 50 feet, and you are literally 5 feet short of one of these guys.
Thus the slow walk forward here.
All right, got it.
I'll just move there, and that will be the end of my time. I'm going to end my turn right there.
Got it. All right, Droga, you're up next, buddy.
Well, I already have a hunted prey.
Yes.
So we are going to shoot him with the hunted shot.
Which guy did you hunt?
The long shield.
Got it. Okay.
Don't forget to target him before you shoot him.
He is targeted. Pew, pew.
You know, at no point does a bow. You know what? I'm glad you missed twice. Because
he just said that out loud. He didn't actually knock arrows.
Like, I think that breaks your contract. I think Dirk said, Bob, if you ever say pew pew or map attack, you're fired.
I did think I did say that.
I think he did
say that.
Yeah.
It wasn't pew pew. It was pew pew.
Like
We need the fine print.
Right up.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that one would have counted on Jeopardy.
That's going into your file.
Yeah, maybe that's a verbal warning at the very least. That's going on your permanent record. You know, even if we were playing a sci-fi game, that'd have been some weak shit.
Probably.
Like at least it could have been like, like I said, it was like, pew, pew.
It was a long distance.
Bad
shot.
for Bob's wife.
Long distance.
That's what your bow is made for.
You're less accurate up close.
No, I was saying that's why you didn't hear the.
But they're standing next to you.
It's sound effects, everyone. Jeez Louise.
All right, Droga. You do nothing.
Shoot your arrows into the lake.
Yeah, you shoot your arrows into the lake.
They're unrecoverable.
What's gonna be next? Oh, you're commanding Barrack.
Yeah, I'm just trying to move him into a spot where I can still shoot my last shot at full map.
That is
Right.
that is the technical game term. Listen, this game to Bob is a video game, and that's okay.
All games are video games. All right, he loads his third arrow. Goes for the last shot he can go. Oh wait, this might hit, and it does hit. Everyone, so
All right.
17 hits. The third shot.
So Droga spends his first 2 times doing nothing, and then he
5 damage.
He spends his first two turns making sound effects.
Yeah,
and then his third one he actually
distracting.
takes an arrow.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, the arrow lands even magically in Pied, and it does 5 points of damage. All right, great. All right. So Burning Mammoth Warrior gets to go next, and it's going to advance on the advancing bear. It's going to advance on the advancing bear. There we go. I could talk. Unfortunately, it has a 25-foot movement, and so it's going to have to.
Oh yeah.
It's going to have to double. It's going to have to double.
Strategic play.
Oh yeah,
Masterful tactics.
I'm sure that's exactly what your plan was there, Bob. It is going to come forward and it's going to stab into Barrack with a spear. Almost a hit, but then it rolled over to a 2, and the Burning Mammoth Warrior misses by 6.
Calculated.
But
the keeper's in a perfect spot to screw me on my turn. So thanks for that, Bob.
Joren, you're up next. Is that your spot?
It was my spot.
That's the 5-foot area I was going to occupy.
All right. Joren will rush forward, sweeping around the bear and the warrior, closing in on the side. And then, I have a shield now. That's right. I remember that. I just gave up because it shattered last time.
Did you actually? There. It looks like you figured out how to equip it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're all good.
Right.
Joren comes in hard with a strike with his spear.
Got it.
I didn't target him again because I'm bad at this game.
Yes.
I get a 21 to hit.
And that does strike the creature, whose AC is only
Nice.
16.
All right.
There it is.
5 damage.
5 damage, and the creature is struck in the side. The warrior grunts out as the bear and the mighty war priest begin going to town on it. But the warrior is made of some stern stuff, and so is only slightly injured. Now
I bring up my shield, reflecting the light from the meadow into his eyes.
There you go.
It burns.
Now, Joren, you didn't say that you did this, but I think we can assume that you did this. You have a feat which you can engrave your holy symbol onto a shield.
Oh yeah, I assumed I did that.
Now,
because otherwise, that's like saying I didn't prepare spells for a day.
Now, what I was going to ask is there a way that you can change that in your? It's a +1 to your hardness, right?
Oh yeah, I can edit the item.
Yeah, so why don't you
That's what I did on my last item.
Good. Okay, so good because the normal of hardness of your sturdy shield is 8, but because of your what's the name of that feat?
Plain war cleric feat.
I believe it has a better name. I mean, Pathfinder's pretty bad with the names, but I do believe it has a better name than that.
War cleric shield feat.
Emblazon.
War cleric shield feat. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
War cleric shield feat. Emblazon armament.
Emblazon armament.
Yeah. Actually, there's a game it's called Strike. I've talked about it on the channel before, but they said, look, you should give your powers and abilities cool names. Like, I'm just going to call them what I'm going to call. Like, so like the one thing is called like, do more damage. Like, that's the name of the power. like that's like, he's like, cause look, two things. Number one, you should give it a creative name that fits your character style. And number two, you're probably just going to call it do more damage anyways, because you're playing with Bob. All right.
And yet everyone knows.
All right. Well, the sludge is going to go next. Unfortunately, the sludge is, believe it or not, really, really slow. But it ignores difficult terrain from ice and snow and doesn't risk prone when crossing ice. Oh ho ho!
Risk prone when like getting tripped, even though it's slime.
Oh no, it could totally be knocked prone otherwise.
I have changed this puddle's.
All right, it takes 3 moves. It takes 3 moves and moves 30 feet. All right. That's
no, it's I like that this thing is being like cut up by these guys. Then one guy's like, "Go attack them," and it's like, "Okay,
all right,
okay."
This burning mammoth warrior sweeps into Joren's flank, targets him, and buries his spear into his side.
It's my weak spot, the side.
Unfortunately,
I've already been hit there, so now it's dead.
Unfortunately, he misses by 9 as Joren, with his shield raised, has a 21 AC.
Actually, funny fact, my shield has never once mattered for armor class.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. You
either completely horribly miss or you crush me and utterly destroy me.
You have blocked with it before, though, so there is that.
Oh, I block all the time with it. It's just there to absorb damage. It doesn't actually, hasn't helped me yet.
Got it.
Hit.
Oh man, they're swarming you.
All right. Well, he moved out in front. All right. So the Burning Mammoth long shield takes 2 actions to engage with Joren. So now Joren is flanked by 2 warriors, and the long shield is in front. Now, of course, remember the long shield has this opportunistic defense. If he strikes with his shield boss, he gets to raise his shield for free. So he's going to smash into Joren with his shield boss and rolls a nat 1. Well, this was a great round of tanking for
that cleric and a cleric.
Well,
they're getting owned by a war priest. How terrible!
That's true. They are very. If we were playing with morale rules, they would just all flee.
Yeah, they would just break.
They're all demoralized.
All right, Brek, that is you up next, buddy. Believe it or not.
Finally, Brek yells as he rushes out from the forest.
Like the way it zigzag too.
Oh yeah, funny. It's always the tactics.
The lag there was amazing. All right, so Brek pushes his way through the branches, emerges, and he sees Joren surrounded, and he's like, "Perfect,
excellent, bring it in
fell for the trap."
And then the hatch.
You fell for one of the classic blunders.
Surrounding us.
All right, the boat.
That's okay.
Wait.
It's the battle axe.
Wait. It was the battle axe, but also look at that. You missed by 2 because the target has +2 AC from its wooden shield.
So its shield works.
Yeah.
It didn't work
that time. The hatchet!
That thing is ridiculous.
The hatchet critical hit. Oh my god.
Hell, the hatchet.
24 damage.
Instantly dead.
It has its shield up, so it's able to block. But honestly, I think it still might be dead.
I think it's dead. I think it can block 4.
Oh, it's dead.
Wow.
The battle axe is always a feint.
It's dead and its shield is destroyed. So that means the hatchet literally went through the shield.
All right, I petition to rename the campaign
Joren.
Legend of
the Hatchet.
Oh man, that was
my turn.
Yeah. Wow.
I think we're officially there.
So these 2 Burning Mammoth warriors are in the heart of it, and they are obviously very crazy driven, insane warriors. This guy is not in the middle of it, and he just saw the leader get hacked through its shield.
Right.
With a hatchet, not even the axe.
So, not even the axe.
So he nopes the fuck out.
The hatchet just rolled an intimidate check?
Yes.
Is that what we see?
That guy goes.
It was innate. It was like critting of them all. He just runs away.
Yeah, he just goes.
It innately has a fear rune.
Yeah, he's like, I'm good. All right, I'm out. I
Thomas had seen enough.
I just saw the hatchet cleave through the leader of my group in a single.
They failed to kill a freaking war cleric.
Right, exactly. Right. Well, no, old man. More
they all swarmed the old man.
All right, all right, Thron, you're up next, buddy.
All right, got it. Get the dancing moves that come up.
Dancing moves for the conga line.
Conga line.
Oh,
lining up the flank with the uninjured Joren Mendev.
All right. Well, that's it.
All right.
That's a hit by 2.
That's all right. That's a hit by 2, so we'll take it.
But luckily, these people. It's a minimal damage. Minimal damage. All right. The Burning Mammoth Warrior only takes 7 points of damage, and
only 50% health.
Yeah, the creature is only lightly injured.
Well, I'm going to bring a second strike in because
injured.
We're there. We're there. All right.
Well, your second attack, if the first punch doesn't do it, second punch might, and so you smash.
Second hit goes in.
Oh, there it is. 11 damage, and
just 2 quick jabs.
And he goes down, and then he's dead. All right, so you
the old 1-2.
The old 1-2 just takes him out like nothing. All right, Thron.
Map attack.
Droga.
All right, my Barrack Grolinda goes in quickly with the jaws to try to strike down this enemy that's in front of him. Quickly misses as well, but
misses
the target. But he uses his bear support benefit.
I do not believe you can attack and support on the same turn. Could be wrong.
At least it doesn't say that in here, but
okay. No, it was fine.
I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah, you can go for it.
Okay, so then we'll use Droga's first action to make it 100 prey, and
there we go. I got it. Yes. Your animal companion supports you. Gain the benefits of the type. If the animal uses support action, the only other action it can use on its turn are basic move actions to get into position to take advantage of support benefits. If it already
attack twice.
If it has already used any other action this turn, it cannot support you.
Okay, it'll go for the claw then, because I attacked first.
What? Derek knew the rules for animal companions better than the person that has an animal companion?
Well, it'd be nice if that was listed where the bear support.
You mean
you had Paizo's razor on your side because you sat there and go, what would be the least fun thing?
Yes, that's
right. Bob, you can't use your actions.
That's
probably a rule, right?
Yes.
Bob's called out by
Wait. Are you about to take a turn? Look that up. I don't think you can take a turn.
That seems like it'd be too much fun for you.
That might have only been in the beta.
So he misses with his claw attack as well. Okay. I will hunt prey and then quickly shoot off the hunted shot.
Got it. All right.
Let's see if any of these can hit.
Absolutely not.
And miss. I just
Droga for MVP, everybody.
Bob, you need every week a cleansing ritual done. Right. Between last night and this is embarrassing.
Foundry really don't like me
All right
now.
So
at this point, the only thing you're gonna be able to play is like diplomacy.
This guy is gonna shift to here, Tim. And then he is going to stab
Poop his pants?
He's using tactics? What is this?
I was going to intimidate you, but he doesn't seem to have that skill. And he got a 12, so he misses, and so he furiously screams in your face, and he attacks again with a furious fusillade of spear strikes, but none of them find their mark, and you just parry away the battle axe left carelessly at your side as the hatchet does work, and just takes this guy out. All right, Joren. Well, there's a big sludge guy coming in on you, and I think he goes after you.
I don't know what that is, though.
Right. No one does.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like sludges. I have a bad fear of slimes from my days in 3rd edition, which Joren is old enough to have played.
Right. I got it.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm not attacking it with the hatchet.
Right. When Joren was first a Mendevian crusader, that was Pathfinder 1, right? So
there you go.
Things were scary then, like you go attack that thing, you might lose your weapon. Guys, I just got a nice new shield. Come on, like I kind of, make sure Brek's aware he's about to get flanked by slime, looking at that thing, and then I'm gonna go over here and set them up for success.
All right,
there we go.
Moving the flank. Joren comes in and does what he does, which is stab someone from behind because he doesn't care. He's not that kind of form. Well, he was that kind of crusader. He's not that kind of crusader anymore.
Those days are over.
Those days are over. Now he just stabs people from behind.
All right. Don't forget to target.
I targeted.
Oh, it's a critical hit.
Yeah.
There it is. Boom.
Wow. Well, 16 damage is going to definitely kill this guy. Joren, an expert in getting behind people and then stabbing them in the back.
Correct. I've killed so many people this way in this campaign.
It turns out historically that was a really good way to kill people.
Right. And that's the kind of soldier he is. He's there to get his job done.
He's a survivor.
Yes. Now that's soldiering. I don't know if anybody has ever served that meme, but
that's podcasting or not podcasting.
No, that's
pod racing.
No, that's pod racing. All right, Joren.
I'm ready to aid because I have a spear and it's a thrown weapon.
All right, no, you just have to prepare.
I'll prepare.
Right,
I'm preparing with an attack action.
Yep. All right, Brek.
Yeah, buddy.
The sludge
really want to do this.
Oozes onto you and attacks you with, you guessed it, the pseudopod.
Oh no! Gotta make the sound effect. Oh.
16.
Did you not target?
That'll miss.
He did not target.
But I missed, so it actually is fine. Actually, no, I did target. It's totally targeted on my screen.
I do
That's
see
weird.
a green
It didn't
circle on me.
Yeah, it didn't show up right then. Interesting.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I attacked from the chat window.
I think it was because of the sound effect.
That one went.
Critical miss.
Critical miss.
Womp, 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 womp. Yeah, it should kill itself, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it should kill itself.
Brek, the creature comes up and it literally just oozes around you, and you just like step out of it like a puddle, and you're like, "What is this?"
Like, what is even happening?
Brek, now you're a trained fighter, and also because you're a fighter, you're just better than everyone else around you.
Correct.
Accurate.
So you are able to.
It would have been the Legend of Brek, except you roll like shit.
Right.
Correct.
You are able to.
The hatchet is too strong.
You are able to quickly assess that this creature has made the foolish decision in Pathfinder 2 to trade armor class for hit points, and so while it has high armor class, it is immune to critical hits, but its AC is only 8.
Wow.
Okay.
I guess we're just gonna start going to town with our axes then.
Right. But remember, it is immune to critical hit. So like everything you roll will probably be a critical hit, but it is immune to
just
critical
regular damage.
Yes.
Got it.
But
all right.
You're fighting McFiderson, so
to be fair, if it's immune to critical hits, it's kind of immune to fighters.
So that's
it would have been a critical.
It's like a mythic.
Oh, this guy would have been so dead.
So Brek critically hits by 22 and by 21.
21.
But instead of unbelievably back-breaking critical hits, they're just 2 damage.
Right. So it does 16 total damage.
Right. So he will take.
Oh, this thing's got a lot of hit points. Oh, there they go.
So Brek, you begin hacking and slashing and tearing a creature apart, and I think you have 1 action left, Brek.
And I will prepare to aid.
Okay.
I forgot to aid because it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Thron,
it didn't at all.
Thron, go ahead. Now, I will say to folks watching at home that this is a situation where Tim, with a -8 due to his agile hatchet, probably should have made a third attack, actually, because the creature's AC is so low.
What did you do for third act? Oh, you prepared.
He prepared.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Thron will move into the classic flanking position with Brek.
Maybe this guy's immune to flanking?
I didn't.
Nope, he's not. He could totally flank him.
I'm not
I'll
gonna
aid the first one if you want to aid the second one.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Okay.
the hatchet and the wielder of the hatchet. So there we go. And then we'll first attack. Bring this in.
Thron swings down. Joren chucks his spear into the slime.
All right. Well, nice. He's still hit by 12, but now he hits by 13.
Oh, the math is tight.
All right, Thron. It's a
math is tight.
11 damage. Big daddy damage. Good. That is really good. As you just bash the creature, it's unable to hold together its form, and it begins to loosely quiver like Jell-O on a hot day. And now you have a second.
Rob's like, that's oddly specific.
It reminds me of prom. All right.
Kaz, don't talk about your date that way. Well, that is a mass. That's a critical. That's a critical hit by 17. But it's just a regular attack, of course, and you do 9 points of damage, which
9 more addition.
Be enough.
So
it's
close.
literally
So
at 2 hit points. Not quite dead. Oh, damn it,
Ah.
Bob. It has 2.
Bob!
Bob, it has 2.
Don't worry.
You can hit this.
Joren will get it.
Bob, it has 2 hit points left. This is perfect for you.
Barrick.
Oh, you're not even gonna do it yourself. You're gonna have the bear do it.
He's so much better than me anyway.
Agreed.
Fair.
Gain a hero point.
Going for that Jaws attack.
Hey, it's a hit. It's a hit.
Hey.
I like to point out
5 damage.
it was a hit. He didn't crit.
Right.
That's actually 100%.
I rolled really bad. It still somehow hit.
That
So
is
our MVP is a hatchet, and our other most valuable player on the team is a bear.
well. Like to be clear, back in our Rise of the Rune Lords campaign, Lucky the Badger was like the second or third most awarded character in the Knights of Leskal.
And remember, that was live donations, right? So
they were
more
picking
people.
him.
I'm sorry if your cousin's watching, but more people donated to Lucky than they did to Net.
Yes, I think they more donated to Lucky than they did to me. I think it was like Wildor and then like Lucky were like 1, 2.
Well, Derek was at the top, but yeah.
Oh,
in the
sorry,
players,
Derek was
yeah.
number 1.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. All right, well, Joren of Mendev, it's your turn, but the combat is over. So,
All right. How poisoned is the river lake now?
Do they have any arrows on them?
There's 2 in the
They
river.
do not.
Ugh,
not.
I'm running a little low on arrows.
You
I
shot
can
2 into the
craft
river. I
somewhere.
don't know.
I need some crafting some arrows.
All right. Well, Aaron, Joren could see signs of the Burning Mammoth's recent meddling. There are dead fish bobbing along the surface of the water, and the river is emitting a nauseous odor. However, it does seem like they were not able to do that much damage, as the ooze was mostly intact before they were able to chop it up completely and throw it into the river. You expect that as long as you wait 1 extra day, the water will be clean in the lake.
Don't know if we have an option there. We're going to be playing in this water, aren't we? Drinking it,
I love how your
relaxing.
brain works. Clearly, we
We're
can't
playing
stop
in
the
the
fun
water.
day because we have to have a good time. So I guess we don't have a choice.
Look, we need morale.
That is totally how Bob's mind works, by the way.
Yep.
You said that you're going to ski.
That was before they poisoned everything.
You probably could still ski, though.
could we draw some material from upstream? I guess whereabouts. No, not really.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just spend the extra day. I mean, we wanted to relax here and spend an extra day
Well,
anyway.
I'm kind of good for it anyway, because if they catch up, then we can have this awesome mass combat battle and watch all of our friends get slaughtered. And then we can either finish the hex crawl or take a boat down south and go play AV, right? So
That's kind of funny.
No, we'd still find the frozen flame.
As long as my dinosaur doesn't die. I'm good with
New
anything.
tip goal. The Burning Mammoths catch up, and the party is wiped out. And then we switch to Abomination Vaults. All right. Well,
Okay.
luckily, you guys do manage to defeat the Burning Mammoth advanced scouts who were sent ahead to try to poison this source of water that the Broken Tusks were likely to take. But it does also alert you to sort of the threat and the mammoths, that the Burning Mammoths have likely been moving throughout this whole region in an attempt to find you all and your the following. So they
we're
may
not exactly hidden, but
right. Well, I'm saying, but they may have scouts and raiding parties throughout this region, right? Like the main thrust of the horde is obviously going to be problematic if they catch you, but there are other threats as well.
Well, I assume they're going to send an elite squad next time because the one guy got away to actually speak at the Legend of Thron.
You got it. Exactly.
Or really, the Legend of the Hatchet at this point.
All right.
Legend of the Hatchet now.
All right.
yeah.
So I roll a 10. So that is not an 11. So that means that the Burning Mammoths are actually going to take 3 days to cross into this hex.
Sweet.
Okay.
All right.
So that means, so it'll be the 10th then that represents you guys actually moving into and reconnoitering, taking the reconnoiter action from the exploration book.
We tell the stupid people not to drink the water.
Into Gleaming Sun Lake. All right. So you arrive at the wonderful, beautiful camp, and the group makes camp. All right. Let me adjust some factors here. All right. So as you guys move in, food goes down. All right. So the Burning Mammoths are stuck up in the hills, and you now find yourselves at Gleaming Sun Lake. You wait one extra day, and now you have some decisions to make as the Mammoth Lords themselves sort of approach.
Before that, though, the day that we're hanging out, can we do things?
Can we like forage for food and stuff?
Sure. Yeah. Good call.
Well, actually, I have a specific action, but you guys, you do what you need to do.
Oh,
I want to look at the
food.
River that we're going to cross, Derek, and figure out like how deep and how dangerous it's going to be to ford it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I will make a forage action.
Oh, nice. Kaz.
Nice.
Good. You're able to spend the whole day taking Droga. Really good.
Droga. Yep.
You guys both succeeded. And so I'm actually going to tick up the food by 3 units.
Very
Nice.
nice.
Fish.
So
Avoid the fish.
yeah, I mean, well, you know, they were hunting. Thron was just standing really still, and then when like a deer would come by, he would just break its neck.
You fell into my arm trap.
They can't see me after all.
He used the tame animal feet. Come on.
Here, buddy.
No, don't tell the little girl.
Yeah.
In addition, this
we gotta eat.
In addition, this is a very while the people aren't moving the whole day, like if the people stay still in one spot for a day, they are able to do some light foraging. They are able to, you know, milk the beasts that can be milked. They're able to slaughter the beasts that could be slaughtered for meat. They are able to feed themselves. So as long as the following isn't actively moving, the food is basically net zero. So you can forage and build up a surplus. Now, within limit, right? Obviously, there's no refrigeration. There are certain limits to what you guys are able to forage or otherwise get.
Oh, we don't have an inventor in the party. That's right.
That's right. There's no AC unit. So, Joren, for this turn, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check or a nature check or some sort of skill check that represents you sort of doing your scout, your reconnoiter of the upcoming river
survival, because I want to survive.
I don't think that's appropriate for this particular
for crossing the river.
Yeah, because survival is hunting and trapping, and it's not like geography. That's pretty much nature.
I'll give you perception then.
Yeah, perception's also like looking for a natural ford or other area. Now you're pretty familiar with this area, so I'm going to say the DC is only perfect. I was going to say the DC is only 15. So Joren, you find a very easy to cross part of the river, and so that will ignore the D20 check to see if it takes an extra day.
Okay. Do we need to like get any like wood to ford this thing or anything like that, or is it a simple enough crossing where even the women and children can make it?
Yeah, the women and children can make it. You know, the following can put whatever needs to go on the backs of. It's really more about the animals. Really.
Well, also we got a dinosaur, so we could put like 30 people on that too.
Well, the dinosaur is even smaller than the mammoth, so. But it's really just about managing the creatures. Like, you know, like the mammoths could pretty much, the river could be 10 feet deep, 15 feet deep. They could pretty much wade across. So, but it's really more about managing the herd as they go across and everything like that.
Okay.
But if there's a problem with the herd or if the current is too fast, that's where it's more of an issue. But you basically spend the day looking for a good crossing, and you're actually able to find one where the river sort of trickles down to just like a almost like a low bed of gravel. It should absolutely be no problem for anyone and everything.
I report back to the Mammoth Lords.
All right. So after this first day of recovery, while unbeknownst perhaps to your player PCs, but known to you that the Burning Mammoths are struggling to make their way through that rocky river hill hex, the 4 Mammoth Lords kind of, you know, at that night would sit down and speak with you. Mm-hmm. Led, of course, by Argakoa, who has sort of taken a sort of a somewhat of a leadership position, but mostly just because she was so close to Grandfather Iwa. Nocta seems to be mostly concerned about the keeping the tribe, and also Triplets on the move has spent a lot of time caring for Wippa's new children. While Murthig and Letsua seem to be a bit more torn about what they should do next. Argakoa steps forward. Scouts, we have made it to the Gleaming Sun Lake, and we have you to thank for that. The Mammoth Lords and I were speaking that you have acquitted yourselves far better than any of us had ever dreamed or hoped that you would. It seems that the spirits and the blessings of our ancestors are with you.
They know that we're PCs.
My hatchet is blessed. I can tell.
It is clear from your stats and feat choices that you are several category classes above us. And even though we are technically, yes, several rankings of might higher than us. Still, says Murthig as he steps forward, the barrel-chested man, we've been lucky so far. The Burning Mammoths have made somewhat poor time, but the following cannot keep this up. We almost ran out of food, and we need more time. The people are getting weakened and tired. Morale will fail. I don't even know if we'll make it to the grandparents at this pace, and the herd itself has been almost pushed to its extreme. If we take any more days like we've had the last week, I begin to fear that some of the weaker or older animals might just keel over dead from exhaustion. They're not used to being pushed like this.
Well, that would help with the food.
I agree, and it's at this point that I indicate to you that at any point in time you can subtract one herd to add 3 food.
It makes
That's
sense.
what they're there for.
I will happily, go around the camp and try and help the morale as much as I can while everyone's, down. That's kind of Brek's jam.
Yeah.
So he's, make
Absolutely.
sure everyone there knows that as well. That it's kind of like what Brek's going to be doing whenever we're stopped, whenever he can.
Yeah, Brek, why don't you go ahead and make a diplomacy or a performance check? Either of those.
You're gonna do that performance.
Performance.
Telling all these wild stories of the crazy stuff we just did.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Right.
I mean, these are an oral tradition people, right?
Yeah.
Like
these are like our legends.
Yeah,
now. Like,
exactly.
Anyone who survives this needs to know.
Right, exactly. It's like how Burl used to be the hype man for the knights. It's like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Brek is like the hype man for, he's like, and then, he's like telling you the story. It's like that scene in Return of the Jedi when C-3PO is telling the story of the party to the and like Brek is using some of his bardic magic to enhance some of the story. And Brek, you're able to increase morale by 1 point.
Sick.
Letsua and as Brek moves around, gathers you in closer. I must say that while I respect Grandfather Iwa's Ugto, his last wishes, I worry about his request to you all. Do you intend to venture to Red Cat Cave? I must know.
Aye.
Yes.
It is on
We
the
have no
way.
other choice.
I know that it is on the way, but I guess the question is, we have avoided that cave for many, many years. Legends speak that the primal spirit that once guarded the flame grew mad and disastrous after losing it, and nearly almost killed Iwa's mother when we first returned, or so the legend goes. And for that reason, we have avoided that cave. We pass by it as part of our ancestral route, but no one has been to that cave for some 70 or 80 years. And if the legends are to be true, then the spirit of Syarstik has been driven mad by its failure to protect the flame. Are you sure that it is wise that our scouts, and my blessings and thanks to all of you who have been doing such a good job of keeping all of us alive, should be risked on such a quest?
You have already kept so much from us in the secrets. I think it's time for us to find out.
Letzua shakes his head. I did not know either. That my people. You can see Letzua's been taking this knowledge very, very hard. He was kind of a hard ass, kind of a really kind of maybe a bit of an attitude problem, and he seems shook to his core. There's not a part of me that wonders if this is justice, vengeance for the mistakes that of our ancestors. 100 years of war, of demons, while we played here in the fertile valleys and the beautiful mountains, while our own people suffered and bled so that we could live a life of peace.
Exactly. And we should go find answers.
If your people had gone to Mendev, there would be none here now to speak.
We do not know that. The Burning Mammoths, look at how strong they are. Look how many they are.
You would make the choice that they made.
Murthig steps forward. No, of course not. We honor the way of our Broken Tusk people. Our legacy may be a lie, but I am proud of who we have become. We have become an accepting people, an open people. You, formerly Joren of Mendev, now Joren of the Tusks. Your wood giant friend, Shemven, who may yet be a valuable asset to us once he recovers from his poisonous wounds. Plot.
Hands are too powerful for us.
He's way too powerful at this level.
He would make everything trivial.
Does he have the tetanus?
He's got the tetanus.
He's got
yeah.
We have changed in 100 years, just as the Burning Mammoths have. But I believe that we have changed for the better. That our ways, these traditions are worth saving.
I don't disagree, but I feel like we should also face this secrets of our past head on.
Nocta.
We have no other choice because the Burning Mammoth will simply destroy us.
Nocta, who usually isn't kind of at these powwows because she's too busy like caring for sick and wounded people, kind of makes an appearance. I share Murthig's concerns. If you are successful, and all that Grandfather Iowa wished for comes true, if the flame is recovered, if peace or reunification comes, won't that be the end of the Broken Tusks? Whether we win or lose, perhaps this is the end of our people.
Or is it just the beginning of a new age?
Better age. But a better age of what?
We've been scraping by for hundreds of years. It's time for us to come out of the darkness and into the light.
One not built on lies.
Letzua stands forth. So you would suggest that we abandon our ways and embrace this new way?
Yes.
It's I don't know if it's a new way. It's a better way of our old ways.
But our old
traditions are fine, but we cannot allow them to hold us in the past. We have a responsibility to us, our own tribe and our children, to evolve and get better than we were yesterday. The best step any of us can take is the next one. We need to forge ahead.
That's pretty good.
I like that.
That was actually pretty good, Tim.
I like that.
Tim, I'm gonna give the tribe another point of morale. That was actually a really good point.
Thank you.
Letzua, you seem to have reached him a little bit, who's normally so stone-faced and kind of cynical. Brek, ever the recruiter. Still, Iowa spoke of reunification, of healing the wounds of the past. You've seen them. Joren, you've said with your own words, these are not men. Do you really think that peace with the Burning Mammoth is an option?
Joren sits there quiet, staring into fire for a moment. It is a difficult question for me. It may be one I cannot answer. So instead, I will tell you what you need to hear. You are a people singularly blessed by Sarenrae, Sister Cinder. She gave to you a relic that your ancestors failed to keep. Reclaiming that is your birthright. God-given. Do not confuse what you are now for who you were meant to be. And furthermore, Sister Cinder is known for one thing above all: redemption. I sit here before you as a sign of her grace. Were it any other relic, any other goddess, I would tell you no. Kill them before they kill us, for they will never stop hunting us. But the only way we survive as a people is with her guidance. And her guidance is clear on this matter.
Argakoa steps forward, putting a hand on the shoulder of Joren. Our brave friend from the outside world speaks truth. You all know it in your hearts. The Broken Tusks. We are what the Burning Mammoth should be. This was our destiny. To not go to war, to not become a broken people, a shattered people. No offense, Joren.
None taken. Again, had you gone, I am what the best result would have been. The ones that did not come with me are dead and buried.
We may have made mistakes. Our ancestors may have made mistakes, but that does not mean that we need to make those same mistakes ourselves. Fate, chance, Sister Cinder, something has given us a chance, a second chance to make things right. And yes, the road is going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. Argakoa steps forward. But we have the best scouts that this following has seen in many, many generations. And we have something else that we have not had since the dark days, since the splintering, since we started this period of the Sciorn, of the forgetfulness. We have hope. We have a path. We have a future. These are the stories that our children, our children's children will be singing when they sit around the fire and bask in the glowing warmth of the primordial flame. We are
hold to that hope. You will need it in the days to come.
And now I'm just right back there at the depression. Thanks, Joren. That's
minus one morale.
minus one morale. But +1 to attack.
Math is tight.
Math is tight. You missed by +2 morale because they were flat-footed. All right. Well, this kind of mini council is sort of adjourn, and the folks kind of go back to the other thing, but in a more game mechanic. Obviously, this the real question is, how long do you guys want to stay in this hex? So I'm going to take you back to the Sciorn route.
Oh wait, so we're staying through the first day of clean water, right?
Yes.
Have we done that?
Yes. That was the first day of clean water. Yes.
Okay.
And we know we can cross pretty easily now, but the other issue is that they can follow our trail.
It is still 2 days to go through the forest hex because of difficult terrain.
Right, but I'm saying they may get tripped up at the river, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
they don't know where to ford.
They are not going to have the same benefit. Unless, I'll probably make a check and give them a bonus instead of like a flat DC 11. I might make it like a flat DC 8 or something like that because they are following you.
Correct.
And you specifically did go and locate a sort of a way to pass it. So
yeah.
Is there any way that I saw at the river to ruin the ford? Is it dammed or anything like that naturally, which causes the passing to be easier?
No, because it's just like a low spot There's like, a natural ford. There's not really a whole lot you could do there.
Make a shit ton of cow traps.
I got
improvised crafting, so I can set booby traps.
That might work actually. Yeah, if something in the water.
Set some cow traps or something in the water.
Yeah. Whippa is kind of an expert at snares and stuff like that as well. I'm sure you guys could come up with something, but of course that's going to take time, and that's
they need ideally I think we should give them one more day.
Okay,
but I want to give that day back to us.
Okay,
so Whippa and we'll rustle up anyone that's competent, and we'll get to work on building booby traps.
All right. Well, I will advance the day then to the 11th, and the Burning Mammoths are going to stay where they are because they're still in that hex. Right. And that means you guys all get an extra day for activities. So the people are
forage some more.
So the people are going to spend the whole day at Gleaming Sun Lake, again foraging on their own, so they don't eat any food from the supply. But they do go up 1 morale because they're just spending the day chillaxing. And what would the scouts like to do? And we'll probably finish up here at Gleaming Sun Lake, and then you guys will break out, and that'll probably be our session. I will say, if you've watched, if you're still with us and you're still watching the show, check out and remember to hang out to the end. We're going to put a poll up here in a couple minutes while the group kind of makes their checks for you to vote for today's MVP. The MVP of the session gets to start the next session with a bonus hero point. They can start with 2 hero points.
It's got to be the hatchet.
Hatchet needs to be on the list.
Saying.
All right, so let's quickly go around and see what the scouts want to do with this day at Gleaming Sun Lake.
I'm looking for some more food because I'm not ready to kill a mammoth just yet.
All right.
Yeah. I'm joining Droga.
You failed.
Not good enough.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll be out there with Droga.
Don't pick these berries. These aren't the good ones.
I gave me the shits.
No. I said not these berries.
Oh, these ones gave me the shits too.
Morale down.
Everyone's
pooping all over the place.
Dysentery is rampant.
It's the dysentery.
Florida River. What is it?
You know what? I use a hero point and re-roll that.
There you go.
There you go.
I had that one from the last session. All right, so here we go.
I'm going to tentatively put back the. Hey.
There we are.
All right. So you succeed, Kaz. So I'm going to increase food by 1.
There we go.
When this time when I bring back the hair of the mammoth, everyone's like, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "No, it's different this time."
Yeah.
Right. What you don't see is that Thron brought back berries, and then everyone was sick, and so he just like ducked around a corner, threw the berries away, and he just went and like killed a mammoth, and just brings back like. All right. Brek.
Someone said now they have a trail of poop to follow.
Yeah, that was funny.
All right, the DC just got lower.
Yeah, but their morale's gonna go down because they're crawling through our shit.
It's everywhere.
They're gonna get dysentery.
The mammoths ate the berries too. It got real messy.
It's like when there's like too many seagulls at the beach. They're like, "Oh, what is this?"
Becomes just that sludge.
We're full Oregon Trail here now.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Welcome to Night's the Last Call, where you join for the RPGs, but you stay for the Oregon Trail Simulator.
Right. I'm gonna fix some wagon wheels, Derek.
We're fording the river. We're traveling the trail. We're getting dysentery.
You slay 25,000 pounds of mammoth meat. You're able to carry back 20. All right.
I hope our viewers are old enough to get some of those, but
certain they are.
We appeal to nobody.
Our patrons.
We appeal to no one young. So
Correct.
Right.
F's in the chat for your youth. Brek, what do you got for me today?
Brek's just gonna keep morale high. He's gonna keep sowing these stories and making sure everyone's happy while
he's gonna hold hands while people
working.
poop.
The DC is higher, Tim, because the morale's already pretty high.
Yeah, that's fine. We're still gonna go for it. Brek's going Brek.
But actually, if you get No, not
17 again.
Not high enough this time. I was gonna say if you actually got the morale to 15, the following will actually get a bonus.
Oh, so close.
So, all right. Who's got one left? Joren.
I'm crafting traps.
Got it. Make a check.
The trap patrol.
Make a check.
Down by the river.
Whippa is going to help you. You specifically mentioned her, so get up.
Oh yeah. 20.
Nat 20. All right. Joren, you're like, look at this.
We did this back on the siege from the Storm King. Worked perfectly. Killed so many succubuses that day.
Nice.
So many succubi.
That is hilarious. All right. Well, Joren, I am going to say that you are able to. You got a nat 20. Tell us about these. What are we creating here?
Oh yeah, we're getting a little bit of everything. I got kids going down to the lake, grabbing obsidian, bringing it back.
I think your mic died on us.
Went to super echo mode.
He's too busy touching it all the time.
Broken seashells and stuff to cut your feet.
Now we just lost you. There you go.
Hi.
There.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Welcome to Knights of Last Call, where we were just describing a critical hit on a crafting check to make caltrops that we were going to put in the river.
That's correct. Okay. So I send the children down to the lake to grab the obsidian, which is naturally sharp, so it's going to save us time.
There you go. Perfect. Dragon glass. It'll kill the White Walkers.
Dragon glass. And then
that still would have been a better way than he actually died.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
Take them across the river, and then they all just die.
A dragon glass spike pit. No.
So we embedded in a bunch of wood so we can easily lay these things down, and we also coat them a little bit so they don't sparkle, so they can't see it when they're crossing the river.
Yeah, no, it's a brutal series of traps.
Joren is a brutal dude.
All right. Yeah, there's kind of almost a mouth to this. And actually it's going to work out perfectly because you're specifically in a ford and you're almost leading them there because they are tracking you. That's going to be a narrow frontage. It's going to be particularly effective. And so I'm actually going to rule that they are going to automatically fail the flat check to cross the river. And so it's automatically going to take an extra full day for them to cross the river because of how brutally effective because of the critical hit. So a lot of extra time gained. So
just a lot of injuries too. Just so now they got to care for their injured.
Right.
Don't kill anybody.
I feel like they don't care for their injured.
I was thinking the same thing.
There's clothing.
They
don't care if they lose enough. I mean,
right? In terms of numbers and effectiveness.
Right.
So here's something to consider, guys. We hadn't had an opportunity yet, and this may not be it either. But if we get enough distance, the ability for them to track us gets significantly harder because as more time passes, our trail gets covered, even one as large as us.
And we can make a false trail too if we have enough time to.
That gets really hard, but because we have 70 people, but it's something to consider if we get that much time.
I will also say though that if the distance gets too great, I will be making them invisible on the map because unless you're taking actions to backtrack and scout them,
that makes sense.
They're gonna have the advantage for ever, but there's things we can do to not make it quite as desperate.
So I did want to point out that we did get a couple of tips here at the end. Damien Pawn No Longer sent a $5 super chat for Hatchet MVP. Love it, see it. Which reminds me, I'm gonna get that up here in the poll here. All right, so MVP of the session. All right, we've got Droga, not it.
Just so lazy.
I'd be surprised if I get 5% of the vote tonight.
We get Brek. Should I go Brek / Hatchet, or should I just say, or should Hatchet be its own rating?
I feel like Hatchet should be its own thing.
Okay,
Hatchet should be its own rating,
so
that the hero point can only be used on an attack.
Oh, absolutely.
With the Hatchet, obviously.
I messed up. Ignore
or an intimidate check, I guess, because the Hatchet now has intimidate.
Ignore that poll. Delete the poll.
Delete the poll.
All right.
There was no hatchet there.
Now, to be fair, this poll here is pretty accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
0. Perfect.
0.
Excellent.
No one gets a vote.
No one gets a.
The next poll is only hatchet.
You know what?
Surprisingly, hatchet came up 100% of the votes.
Yeah. YouTube only let me make 4 options, unfortunately. So
really?
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
so we can
it's
leave
not
Droga
true.
off, and then
Yeah, you can just take. I don't know why I would get one.
All right.
So it's basically Brek / hatchet.
I was going to try to put a troll option in there and just say nobody. Just no one gets it.
You could also just replace Brek with the hatchet. I mean, let's be honest.
That is true.
Like there's just a means for the hatchet.
Right. There's no option.
That's right.
So as you guys
everyone who got morale from Brek really was just staring at the hatchet. They weren't actually listening to
It's
Brek.
a sentient hatchet, and it wields a human.
The hatchet's wielder shall be our leader.
So
it's like in the Mandalorian, right? The mask or whatever it is. That's the true leader of the Mandalorians.
So as the votes start coming in, I am going to do a couple of things. First is I'm going to award some experience points. You guys fought 2 severe fights, and so in addition to your exploration activities, that grants you 300 experience points.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. So I think what are you guys at? Like 600?
610.
Okay. So a big session next time will make a difference. And speaking of next time, we are actually going to be on a bit of a break. So Tim and I were originally planning on going to Gen Con, not this week, but the next week when we were going to have our session. And although the Knights have made a decision not to go to Gen Con, I have made ulterior vacation plans, as Tim has as well, and to just take advantage of the time off. And Mr. Kaz, Thron, had vacation plans before we were even asked him to be on the show. And so he was always going to be out for a few weeks in August. So as a result, the show is going to basically be on a 2-show hiatus. So we're going to basically be back at the end of August. We're not going to have any shows here in the middle of August. But we are in the process of putting together our studio for our alternative game, which is going to be live in person at our studio, and we're going to be playing Root. So if you are interested in Powered by the Apocalypse games, or if you want to see what they're about, and you have any interest in anthropomorphic animals engaged in bloody politics and interfactional warfare, definitely check out our Root game. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to getting it back together in person in the studio. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles that something like Foundry has, which is really good for Pathfinder 2. But Root, being a Powered by the Apocalypse game, is mostly theater of the mind, and it's all sort of narration and role playing, and so it doesn't really benefit as much, I think, from being online. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun to get us in person. So I really want to say thank you to everybody who came out today and supported us. We got some nice chats. Now, unfortunately, we did not make our Horns of Power goal, which is okay, but we did have a couple people tip. And we did have a couple people chat. Now, we have a few minutes left here before we end the show, but right now, Mr. Damian Williams won the top super chat with $5 super chat. So he is going to, in the next couple minutes, get to make the choice about which resource gets a +2 or a -2. Damian has historically been a fan of the players, so I'm assuming that he's going to continue to be. That being said, we had 2 people who actually tipped, I think, $25. So Henry tipped $25 and Scott Smith tipped $25. So we are going to either have to do a flip off, a roll off, or we're going to have to have those 2 folks agree on who gets to name.
I got an idea. Maybe the dinosaur was pregnant and there's a baby dinosaur on the way.
Not for $25.
Someone wants to tip a little bit more. We'll get a baby dinosaur on the show.
It's twins.
Yeah, but they could work together in the comment section of the YouTube channel if they're not in the Patreon themselves.
All right, so I'm going to end the poll here as we prepare to wrap up the session. All right, well, No, it was more.
Oh, look at that!
So we got some pity votes for Droga.
That's definitely a pity vote.
No, they literally said in the chat, pity votes.
Look, I see a number, and I'm in second place.
By the way, I did notice that from Lance Quagmire. Think about how good this last series of events would be if Bob had river lore.
Right. Yep.
Okay, so
but hey, he's got lore for the place we can't actually get into.
And so again, the fighter wins MVP. Turns out when you don't roll triple nat ones, like he did last time we played, it's pretty easy for the fighters to fight. And so as we sort of begin wrapping up, let's just kind of take a quick assessment of where we're at. So the group has managed to put a couple hexes of distance between themselves and the Burning Mammoth Legion. However, the Burning Mammoths are going to be able to gain some speed as they make their way here along the southern edge of the Gleaming Sun Lake. But we know that they have a 3-day crossing ahead of them as they hit the forest hex, because they are going to take 2 days to heck cross it and an extra penalty day for failing the river ford automatically because of the critical from the crafting check. So in a sense, that is going to give the Broken Tusks a good chance to make their way east. Now, between here and there, it's a lot of empty, sort of rolling tundra plains. That means there's a good chance for random encounters, but also a good chance for them to potentially put a lot of distance between them and the Burning Mammoths. There's going to be a new option next time for the Burning Mammoths to start being able to push the following a little bit, but that costs food or morale as they push the people, basically force march your community as they start pushing the limits of people to gain potentially more distance. In addition, next time we play, the group will probably get fairly close to, if not exactly to it, to level 3. So stay tuned for that. And of course, always, if you're interested in the channel, subscribe the video, check out some of our other content. And if you really want to support us and you really want to see what the Knights are really all about, check out the Patreon, link down below in the description. You can also go to patreon.com/Knights of Last Call. And check us out there. We got a couple different tier options, from I just want to check out the Discord and see what you guys are about, all the way up to a hero who, are our biggest and most helpful supporters. So I do want to say thank you to everybody in the Patreon. They are definitely what keep this game going. They're the ones who asked for a Pathfinder 2 AP to be brought back after the demise of the previous one, and that is why we are here. So, gentlemen, is there anything else?
Oh, I'm excited to get to level 3
in the after show.
Yeah, no. Oh, that's a good point there, Mr. Kaz. If you are a champion or a hero tier member of our Patreon, you get to go join this Zoom call in about 5 minutes. We send out the link so you can come in, talk with us, let us know what you thought about the show, ask any questions. We kind of just water cooler talk. Let the no YouTube filter. We can kind of say what kind of like raw and unfiltered.
We use naughty language.
Yeah, we use a little bit more.
Say whatever the fuck I want.
we get one. We get one. That is
the end,
3 hours
the beginning.
in.
That's right. It's at the end. It doesn't matter. So, on behalf of Bob, Aaron, Tim, and Kaz, I want to say thank you for joining us this evening. We look forward to seeing you in about a month when we'll pick this back up as we continue the quest for the Frozen Flame and we'll
Legend of Thron the Hatchet.
Legend of Thron and Hatchet. It's like Felix and what's it?
Felix and Gotrex.
Yeah, Felix and Gotrex. or like Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser, but it's just Thron and the Hatchet.
It's excellent.
But thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time on Knights of Last Call.